All right, let's get into some of the nitty-gritty here. We're going to start with the box office. Number one was Argyle. Second was Lisa Frankenstein, followed by The Beekeeper, Wonka, The Chosen, Migration, Anyone But You. Number 8 was Mean Girls, followed by Dune. I guess they re-released that in some theaters.
Yes, maybe in preparation.
Yep, and then American Fiction rounded out the top 10. We'll get to the Super Bowl stuff in a little while. In the meantime, we have some other entertainment stories to pass along. In a recent article published by the New York Times, 2 more women have come forward to accuse Jonathan Majors of abuse.
Wow.
And they weren't like just, like dates. These are people he was with for a while. The Creed 3 actor was found guilty of assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. In December, his sentencing was recently postponed to April 8th. Emma Duncan was engaged to him. And that was from 2015, 2019. She says that he was physically and emotionally abusive towards her this time. Maura Hooper, who dated him from 2013 to 2015, alleges that he was emotionally abusive. Duncan claims that Majors, quote, threatened to strangle and kill her in 2016. He also allegedly slammed her body into their mailbox during an argument that same year.
Well, you can just go by what the court determined in the one case, but something that, in my mind, hearing him on that audio, talking about himself the way he is,
what a great man he is.
What a great man, as controlling. Man, that's a bad predicate.
Yep. So Maura Hooper, let me see. Hooper claims that she was not allowed to speak to anyone about their relationship, isolating her from a support system. The report featured interviews with 20 people, including members of the Lovecraft Country cast and crew, who claim that he, quote, has a history of volatility. So
breaking someone off from friends and isolating them is a big control move.
Most definitely.
That's what an abusive person will do.
Yep, exactly. Well, a man accused of stalking Taylor Swift after being spotted multiple times outside the singer's Manhattan townhouse was found unfit to stand trial and will be committed to state custody for psychiatric treatment. David Crow was arrested 3 times late last month in front of the pop star's home in Manhattan's exclusive Tribeca neighborhood.
It wasn't 4 times.
The Seattle resident faced charges of stalking, harassment, and contempt. Prosecutors have said Crow violated a protective order that was issued on January 24th, mandating that he stay away from Swift and her home on the same day that it was issued. Crow was found unfit to stand trial after a psychiatric exam, and the case was dismissed.
The guy just doesn't stop. So he's going to keep coming back.
He's
play's going to play.
I guess he's got some serious mental problems, and they're gonna get him looked at, and who knows what'll happen. Crow had been spotted near the singer's home about 30 times.
30 times
since November 25th. Yeah. Excuse me.
I'm a crow.
Oh, I didn't put that. I didn't put the two
they
together.
call me the crazy one.
No idea. Swift's Manhattan townhouse has been the scene of several break-ins when Swift wasn't there, including by some who were identified as stalkers. So, it happens.
Yeah.
This is twisted, and I vaguely remember this guy after I saw a picture of him. Former WWE superstar Billy Jack Haynes.
Yes.
Been accused by police of shooting and killing his wife.
Oh, jeez.
Before engaging in a 2-hour standoff with authorities. The 70-year-old appeared at WrestleMania 3 back in 1987, wrestled with the likes of Ric Flair and Randy Savage during a successful in-ring career. Haynes, whose real name is William Albert Haynes, settled down in Lents of Portland, Oregon, after his retirement in 1995 following stints in New Japan Pro Wrestling and then WCW and USWA. However, Haynes is now suspected of killing his wife, Jeanette Beecraft. Tactical teams descended on the home after reports of a shootout, but Haynes reportedly refused to leave the building, which led to a 2-hour standoff with authorities. Yeah.
Complete nightmare.
Finally emerged and was immediately taken into custody, with police discovering the body of the 85-year-old Beecraft shot dead inside the house. No formal charges have yet been confirmed against him, but no motive has been released for the alleged killing either.
I wonder if some of those older guys, the guys who are really, wrestling was absolutely everything to them. Like, Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. You get out of it and reality has to be a cold slap in the face.
Well, sure, especially if that's all that you've done, and you don't have any other where to go, and which is like his character and the wrestler is like he knows he doesn't know how to do anything else.
That's all he does,
and time is running out, and money's running out, and it can be a sad existence. I have no idea if this guy was similar to that or not, but
he didn't. He seems vaguely familiar, but he did not have. I wouldn't say
a super huge career.
No, and who knows?
No, he wasn't one of the biggies. No, he was only in the WWE for just like 2 years or something like that, and he had some issues. But Haynes remains in police custody.
Wow.
I have word of someone changing their hair.
Oh, it's huge.
Yes, it's
huge.
Kylie Jenner resembled her mother, Kris Jenner, with a new pixie haircut in her latest post on Instagram.
Okay, is it actually her hair? Or is she just wearing a wig?
It's her hair.
It is.
It's her hair.
I think it's her hair.
She got it cut.
She got it really chopped down.
I'll tell you what, I like it.
That looks good.
I like it.
Listen, bizarrely, I always found Kris Jenner kind of attractive.
Yes. Yeah.
And I liked the short hair on her. The makeup mogul, who is 26, debuted her surprising new look on Friday afternoon and acknowledged the similarity to her mom's signature hairdo. In the caption, she penned, "Kris Jenner is quaking." Kris, who is 68, appeared amused by her daughter's seemingly shirtless selfie and took the comments to the comments section to joke around, writing, "You're not even the fart."
You're not even the fart?
Yes, apparently she's quoting rapper Ice Spice's song, "Think You the S Fart."
What?
I am so out of touch.
It's not funny!
I have no idea what this is in reference to.
Now I get a joke that I didn't get last night that I saw on social media about Jason Kelce being in the same suite as Ice Spice, and Taylor Swift was there as well, and they were referring to that song, and Jason was the fart, and Ice Spice was the poop, and now
you get it?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So
not even the fart.
The fans were certainly seeing double, but not necessarily between the dynamic mother-daughter duo, because some people commented, like one had said, she and Timothy are really twinning now, meaning Timothy Chalamet, who she's, dating, I guess, now. And somebody else wrote, boyfriend effect screaming in.
It's not even a fart.
So, yeah, man, that's not even a fart. Come on.
Fart.
Yeah, you can be more fart.
Somebody want to explain the fart song to me thing? Anybody know?
I don't think we need to.
Okay, we don't need to. No. Thank you. Marissa does.
At one point, Nick, you have a picture up there on the screen. I was like, is he talking to Annie? Like Little Orphan Annie?
That's what a lot of people thought. Yeah, you're not alone.
Well, who is it?
It's Ice Spice.
That's Ice Spice.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the joke, Preston, and I don't, now I get it because of the song reference, but it's still not that funny.
It's so fart.
Her new song is called Think Your S, and it's about farting.
Think your S doesn't stink?
You stink like a fart, and I don't. I'm pulling it for you guys right now. I just have to edit a lot.
All right, thank you. No doubt, Marissa, thank you.
I'm all for, fart humor and whatnot. That's all great. I just,
It's so fart.
Yeah, that you were dude, you are so fart.
Replace fetch with fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can fart
that's
be
so fart.
Can a fart be like the verb version of John by any chance? No.
Verb version.
I think
John is a noun.
I think if you work, I think if you kind of work it the way fetch would appear, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a fart.
That's so fart.
So if it were a verb though, it'd be like, man, we farted yesterday and it was awesome. She was awesome.
I met a girl, we were totally farting.
Yeah.
Like vibing. I met this girl, it was all night we were totally farting. Oh, so
It's
fart.
like Mad Libs.
So fart.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think of various verbs that we can put that into. It's too much work.
Verb might not be. Nick is the grammar guy here. That might not be the.
Well,
the
we're
term I'm
poets
looking
here,
for.
Casey.
We are.
We're using poetic license.
An adjective would be like
Adjective, I
fetch.
think, is- yeah.
Right.
That's that.
So fart.
That's so fart.
That's so far. I like that
so
better.
far.
Let's
Marissa
work
has
that.
she's sent it over.
Okay.
Case if you want us to hear a little bit of this. All right. Ready?
Ice Spice?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Ice Spice.
Think you the bitch? You're not even the fuck. I'm going hard.
Okay, so you're so not even in the same league. You think you're the yes, you're not even.
The fart.
The fart.
All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm breaking their hearts like bitches be
Let's
quick.
see what rhymes with fart. Heart.
She's so fart. I just met a girl. I didn't think we'd hit it off, but it turns out she's so fart.
Not only does it not smell good and it's never smelled, they also smell weird.
Yes.
Right?
It's
Like,
not-
I'm like,
agreed.
It's not the way I do it.
Boring.
It's not, it's not the way I do it.
You're absolutely correct,
Yeah.
Casey. Not only is it not pleasant, it's just weird.
Wait,
Yeah.
It doesn't.
like you're eating.
You call
some
that a
weird-
fart?
Something wrong with you.
That is not fart.
You call that a fart?
Okay.
By the way, I keep going back to Ice Spice. The official title of the song is "Thank You the S," and then parentheses fart.
All right. Yeah, that's the actual official.
That's the title. Yeah.
So fart.
You think?
I know.
God.
My son thinks she's hot, and I you know,
Yeah.
to each their own. But she doesn't do anything for me.
I will tell you this. She appears in one of the Dunkin' commercials with Ben Affleck. I think it's from last year.
It was,
Okay.
yeah.
And she seems like kind of adorable.
Kind of
and
fun.
Yeah, she
she's,
did-
she's a girl I would describe as fart.
And she is very fart. But she recorded a single with Taylor Swift, which is I guess what got her in the box last night. But
Fart box.
the fart box. Imagine if they all farted at the same time. Blake Lively cracking one off.
Imagine the executives at the record company as they're taking this title into consideration, and they're shopping the new single.
And they've got to coddle her. 'Cause,
Oh, yeah.
you know, she's potential money.
yeah.
Now, Ms. Spice.
And they must-
I want to say on behalf of the company, this is a song that we think it's fart. Don't we, gentlemen?
Yeah, we are.
Is it okay? Can we say
Very fart.
Yes,
Very
that's right.
fart.
It is
You said it best
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, it's wonderful.
Because you don't want to piss off a potential gold mine.
No, he's right as fart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would even say queef. No, there's no room for that.
Might have the gutter.
I mentioned Josh Brolin. It's his birthday today. He and cinematographer Greg Fraser have documented.
It is Greek.
What happened? It's Greig.
Wow.
So they've documented what happened behind the scenes of Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2 in a new book that is called Dune Exposures. And included in the book is a poem that Josh Brolin wrote about his co-star Timothée Chalamet, along with describing some interesting things. So he describes the Wonka actor's cheekbones, youth-laden eyes, and lips of a certain poetry. Brolin writes, "The way you hold my gaze makes me fear my own age, because something in me tells me you are going to offer me something, and for now, I'm not sure it's going to be something I want anymore."
Whisper fart.
Dune Exposures is set to be released on Tuesday.
He is, Chalamet, we've talked about this, has an impossibly, good-looking jawline, and he's an attractive guy. The trailer for the second Dune looks terrific.
Yes.
Sensational.
I'm excited for that, without question. TMZ obtained video of Ben Affleck dodging a question about kissing Britney Spears. The actor smiled when a photographer greeted him in Spanish, but he just walked to his car and drove away after the photographer asked him about Spears' recent claims. Now, the Toxic singer shared a black and white throwback photo of the pair to Instagram recently and wrote, "Cool pic of me and Ben Affleck and Diane Warren years ago. He's such an amazing actor. Did I fail to mention that I made out with Ben that night?
I want to kiss you."
She wrote, "I honestly forgot. Damn, that's crazy." And then she later deleted the post.
Damn, girl.
So I don't know when that would have been, and had he been in the reason it would be controversial is if he was dating someone, if he was J-Lo at the time. I don't know.
This looks like Chasing Amy.
About around that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, this looks Kevin Smith era.
It's older for sure.
Yeah.
So who knows? Hang on a second. I want to go to Sean. Hey, Sean, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. You guys are talking about earlier about how you're so fart. Well, I just wanted to let you guys know that you guys are so fart instead of so rock. You guys are so fart.
Oh,
Thank you, man.
Sean.
That is so good.
Very much appreciated.
Tell a civilian today and explain it, since we know.
You were so fart.
You were so fart.
Right back at you, buddy. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All because of Ice Spice.
I want a shirt. I want a "You Are So Fart" shirt.
You are? Like the letters? Or do you want to have it spelled
You
out?
are fart.
Yeah.
Because
are.
yeah, all right.
You are fart, and then on the back, so fart.
Yeah.
You are fart.
All right, I'm working on it.
So fart.
So fart.
We'll workshop it.
Let's see. A couple of trailers that premiered last night at the Super Bowl. Obviously, we're going to talk about the commercials and so on in a little while. But Deadline reports that Marvel released the first look trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it was earlier on during the Super Bowl. The film features Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, teaming up with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, of course, and that's coming out on July 26th.
Casey, during the Super Bowl, they didn't actually air the whole trailer. They just did a teaser trailer and then said go online to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, and I have not had a chance to go watch that yet.
I did.
I got to check it out.
I did it at halftime. It's great.
There's a line that Deadpool says, because it's obviously a riff on the multiverse, and they disassemble the multiverse, and supposedly, and so Deadpool says, "I'm Marvel Jesus."
Yeah. they go into the TVA. Like they start right where Loki left off.
Okay.
From this last season of Loki on Disney Plus, and so Deadpool goes into the TVA, which is I think how we get Wolverine back.
And wait, what's TVA?
The Time Variance Authority. So did you watch Loki?
I did. I watched the first season, and then I realized I don't want to watch the second season.
The second season's better of Loki than the first season, and I think they got to handle a little bit more on how to present. Would you agree with this, Nick?
Yeah.
On how to present a cogent version of the multiverse. Mm-hmm. And here comes Deadpool, who's about to disassemble. That's why you will get, apparently, a Wolverine that is more akin to the Wolverine we're familiar with in his original costume.
Yeah, it helps explain like the multiverse or whatever.
Right.
Preston, it's got Matthew McFadyen from Succession. Tom from Succession
is working
at the TVA, and he brings Deadpool into there.
Awesome. Another one that was released last night in the Super Bowl was the trailer for Wicked, starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande.
So I'm not familiar. I know it's been around forever. I know a lot of people love it. It looked kind of cool.
It looks real cool.
I don't know what that looked like, a super futuristic train or something.
Which is crazy because it's a prequel to
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Sorry.
Yeah. The film is based on the popular Broadway musical about the Witches of Oz. Erivo plays the green-skinned Elphaba, who later becomes a Wicked Witch of the West, and Grande plays Glenda, who later becomes a good witch, the Good Witch of the North.
So who's the woman?
Doug. Grow up, Doug.
Grow up. Who's the woman playing the Wicked Witch?
Yeah, Cynthia Erivo.
So she's a singer, right?
She's a singer and an actress.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to Kyle about her a few weeks ago because he had never heard of her either. But man, is she she's an amazing vocalist as well. There's a movie called, what is it? Something at the El Royale with cheese.
Yeah.
What's it
Royale
called?
with cheese. That's what it's called.
Bad
Times at the El Royale.
El Royale.
Oh, that is so fart.
And there's a scene in that movie. She plays a backup singer or singer, and there's just this one scene where she's singing over and over and over again.
I know where. So she came out and she did a tribute. I forget who she was doing the tribute to. It might have been Gladys Knight. And she sang, and she was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was also in there was a movie adaptation of a book that Stephen King wrote called The Outsider, and she plays this character called Holly Gibney, which I love. There was a book that King just wrote, or not that long ago, called Holly, specifically about that character.
Good or bad?
It was fantastic.
Her character.
She's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought she was excellent as Holly, so I'm excited to see her in this role. Looks really, really good. Other cast members include Michelle Yeoh and Jonathan Bailey. Part 1 will be released in theaters on November 27th. And then part 2 will be released sometime in 2025. So it's a
two-parter?
Two films. Yeah.
Two?
When do we get Defying Gravity? That's the big song.
I don't know.
Part 2.
Is that like? Well, I feel like Defying Gravity is an Act 2 song. That kind of sucks.
You don't know, dude?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Grow up, bro.
Come on. If you've never seen the video of the guys arguing
Hold on!
Wicked Witch of the West, it's been around for years and years, but it's hilarious. These guys are having a screaming match as to whether or not Glenda is a princess or not. One guy breaks out a knife.
Yeah.
You have to look closely. He says he's going to cut him. It's nuts. All right, anyway.
Get real, Doug.
Let me go to, let's see, what time is it? Yeah, 2 more quick things. Season 3 of The Bear will officially arrive at Hulu this June, so they've given it a time frame. The Emmy-winning series follows Chef Carmi Berzatto as he transforms Late Brothers Mikey's Sandwich Shop into a fine dining restaurant with the help of his fellow culinary expert Sydney and his cousin Richie and the ragtag team of kitchen workers. It's a great show.
I'm going to put season 2. I love season 1. I'm going to put season 2 in the top 10 TV series runs of all time. I thought it was perfect. It was perfect, a perfect season.
I like how you kind of encapsulate the show as a gritty Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Because there's a wonderful heart to it, and there's a lot of love there, even though there's a lot of intense, anxious, hard to watch moments.
And it avoids tropes and puts them like when he goes to the chef. He goes to Amsterdam. I forget the character's name.
No, he goes to Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So he goes to Copenhagen, and he's with this chef who is you're supposed to believe is okay. He's going to be the tough sort of chef who's going to put him through the pay, but it's not that at all.
Yeah.
In fact, they have a long discussion that's awesome.
It's Will Poulter, right?
It's Will Poulter.
Yeah. I heard, Preston, they're going to drop this season 3 all at once. There's not going to be
no kidding.
weekly episodes, which I don't like, actually. I prefer when they space it out.
I think I'd like to wait. Yeah, I think I like to digest it, no pun intended, in small bits.
Yeah, I enjoy it more.
All right, so one last thing that I want to mention. And I put this in the entertainment news because he's certainly an entertaining gentleman, but I would like to congratulate a person for entering into the Hall of Fame, Jackie Bam Bam.
Yeah!
Was elected into the Mummers Hall of Fame.
Kidding.
No. He texted me yesterday. That's all I know about it, is that Jackie Bam Bam is now in the Mummers Hall of Fame, part of Philadelphia history.
Said it was a dream come true for him.
Certainly deserved it. He said it was a dream come true.
He works his ass off, man.
Well, congratulations. His this year's costume was, I mean, insanely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he certainly works very, very hard and puts in a lot of time and effort, and he just loves it. So congratulations, Jackie Bam Bam, for being a member of the Hall of Fame.
Is it going to be some sort of a special induction ceremony or
I
whatever?
think they had it already, didn't
Oh, is
they?
that okay?
I thought that it was, well, you know what? Let me see what his text, he sent it to me yesterday.
I got a picture of him sent to me.
Yeah, me too. But no, that was an old one of the Beatles. I don't know if that's him or not. He sent that this morning.
No, I got a different one.
So he said, I got inducted into the Mummers Hall of Fame last night, class of 2024. So the induction ceremony's already happened.
Wow.
So congratulations, Jackie Bam Bam. We are very, very proud of you, sir. All right, we're ready for the clips now. Billy Gardell's weight is down to 205 pounds.
Wow.
It's nearly a third of what he was when Bob Hart's Abishola first aired. And here Billy talks about finally getting the message that it was time to get healthy.
No diabetes, resting heartbeat went from 113 to 68. Wow. Walking around pretty healthy these days. So of course, there's always people online that, you know, when I was heavy, they're like, you're too heavy. And now it's like, are you sick? Can I just walk to the earth, please?
What the?
You're saying he was a third? He was almost 600 pounds?
I don't know. It's what it says here. So it says nearly a third. So maybe he was in that 500 plus range. I don't know, man. But he was big for a while. But that's a good question. Bob Hart's Abishola final season premieres tonight on CBS. And here's the next clip for you. In Bleeding Love, a father secretly drives his estranged daughter to rehab after she overdoses, aware that she has inherited his addiction problems, and after he has started a new family elsewhere. Here, Ewan McGregor talks about his daughter Clara writing the film.
Clara had told me that she'd written she was developing a script, sort of loosely based on our relationship. Yeah, I didn't know what that was going to be, and she didn't tell me very much about it until I read it, and I was just moved by it, and the fact that she'd crafted it into something so unique. The fact there was a great deal of humor in it, which I really liked.
What the hell are you talking about?
Bleeding Love opens this Friday, by the way. And there you go. That is what I have in our report of entertainment this morning, friends. So with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Obviously, we got to talk about the game last night, all the things come with it, all the trappings of the Super Bowl.
It's a big story.
Yep, it's so fart. You're going to love it.
So fart.
We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Well, last night was the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God,
Did anybody watch that? Did you guys see that? Anybody catch that last night?
With the dogs playing?
That was a Puppy Bowl. That was earlier.
Puppy Bowl was damn good. Super high score.
But, so Super Bowl is come and gone, and there's usually a lot to unpack with all this stuff. And what do you guys think?
30,000-foot view. I was bored out of my skull in the beginning, and I thought, okay. And I'm trying, and maybe you can all help me. We sort of briefly talked about this. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering is the Super Bowl coming up on having, unless your team is playing,
is the shine off a little?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is it, Nick? Is it all the elements that made it even fun for just my team isn't in it and I'm along for the ride? Am I crazy or am I just being a crotchety prick?
No, I don't think you are. And here's my take on it. If not for this job, if not for us discussing it today, I don't think I would have watched it. I did not care about either one of the teams. I really don't particularly like either one of those teams.
Right.
And even the entertainment aspect of it, you can watch the halftime whenever you want, and you can watch the commercials anytime you want. So I like the novelty of the commercials has worn off on me. I thought the halftime show was great, and we can talk about that too. But like, I don't know, the entertainment value of it for me is not fascinating anymore.
Then last night, where nothing is happening, and I was almost going to call you, Casey, said, these are professional football teams, aren't they? Because I'm seeing loads of sloppiness going on.
I was just grown men fighting grown men.
Right. And then at the time I'm going, okay, I can kind of disconnect. Then it takes off. then it's neck and neck. Then it's a nail biter. But of course, it was.
I think you're both crotchety pricks.
Okay, all right then. Yeah.
No, and I was listening to you talk off air, and I'm like, they just sound like cranky old men, like complaining about it.
You're just a Swiftie, that's why.
But you know what? Even I thought about it. Yes, I am, and I did like that. And I don't think they went over the top with it until after the game. But I was thinking about other games that the Eagles were not in. Of course, when the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, it's so much fun. But I'm thinking about the other games, and I do enjoy everything around it. Like, I always loved the commercials. I don't like that they come out before and you can see all of them before. But, like, I would go into a separate room and, like, put the TV on so I could see the commercials and all of that. So I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun.
You liked it. Did you in years past, have you, obviously if it's not the Eagles in it, have you loved a Super Bowl or had a great time watching a Super Bowl where we weren't directly connected to it?
Did I? No, obviously it's the best when the Eagles are in it, but no, like I really enjoyed it in previous years and this year. I did. I liked it. I liked the halftime show. I liked the whole Travis and Taylor aspect of it. You know, I liked watching all of it, and I liked some of the commercials. There were some that I actually hadn't seen, which I liked that they were new to me. But yeah, I did. I enjoyed it.
What kind of environment were you in watching it last night? Just at home by yourselves?
Like relaxing, nothing. No,
I wasn't sure if you had the party, if you went to a gathering or something like that.
I kind of miss doing the party. I don't, because of what we do, and we get up the next morning, and I don't feel like being tired and hungover and not feeling good, So, it's a little more laid back. But if we happen to have off on a Monday, I would love to go to a party.
I just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, well, listen, I almost have to recuse myself because I'm not really a football fan.
Yeah.
And so therefore, when I see the pageantry of these great warriors and blah, 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 and all this, and they're really pushing the drama and and I'm just like, I don't subscribe to that. So I kind of check out in that regard. That being said, I didn't hate watching last night's game, and I only made it to I watched the halftime show, and then I crashed, and I woke up this morning and found out, Kansas City won the great Warriors battle on the gridiron.
Who's that announcer? I've never
heard. John Facenda.
No. Last night?
Yeah.
As the Super Bowl starts now.
That was wasn't that Allegiant Stadium's PA announcer?
I don't know.
Sweet mother of God. I've never heard.
I noticed it too.
That guy must have wrecking ball size nuts.
Yeah, Steve, I'm pretty sure that's who it was because Jim Nance threw it to him a couple times. So from the CBS broadcast booth, they said, and now back, I don't know his name, but now back to the PA announcer for Allegiant Stadium.
Johnny Big Balls.
Big Balls.
Now to Johnny Big Balls.
Would it be great if they cut to me? He looks like the Pituation.
If only.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I kind of and while I was sitting there contemplating that stuff, Steve, I was just like, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe there are millions and millions and millions of people who love it and are way into it, whether their team is in it or not.
And I get that, and I'm thrilled. Yeah. I'm thrilled. I know in years past, I think there's been an erosion in seeing the commercials ahead of time. There were about two, maybe three commercials last night that I enjoyed that actually hit with me. The rest of them were sort of nothing. A halftime show was fun, but again, for that amount of time invested, the return I don't think is worth it.
At some point, the pageantry, the entertainment, the blowing it all as big as it's got to plateau. There's got to be a terminal velocity. There's got to be at some point where it's like, okay, the pregame, the pre-pregame, and the 3 days before the pregame, the concerts leading up to and all that stuff. They're going to have to, at some point, there's going to have to be we can only do so much.
Right.
Unless we start 6 months early and the party starts then.
Yeah. So I really actually did care about the 3 hours of game that was in between all the pageantry.
The game itself.
Yeah,
right.
And I enjoyed the game, and I enjoyed the lead up to the game. It was funny because at some point my son was at a friend's house, and I had to go pick him up, and I chose to go in the middle of the halftime show. And I'm getting ready to go because I was very, very underwhelmed with what was happening, and I'm an Usher fan. And my wife's like, you're going to miss the halftime show. And I'm like, oh, you're right. So I go to sit down for a second. And I go, well, hang on a second. I'm like, I'm actually more interested in the football game, so I'm like, I'm going to leave now so I can get back and watch the most of the games. So unlike what you guys are saying, yeah, obviously if the Eagles are in the game, I'd be way more into the Super Bowl. But for somebody who is pretty dialed into the NFL from the preseason stuff all the way through the season and through the playoffs, like I was very much looking forward to watching the game last night.
Let's keep in mind, it's your last football game you get a chance to see for quite a while. So I totally get that.
Yeah,
as a fan of the game.
From your mind, the Super Bowl has all the luster it's always had, or okay, all right,
yeah. And not only that, I mean, listen, not for nothing. I didn't necessarily have a team that I was rooting for as much as I had a team that I was rooting against last night. And I do like the Chiefs. I like Andy Reid. But I hate this version of the 49ers. And I always like the 49ers, but this particular version of the 49ers, I can't stand. I have a white hot passion of hate for this team. I cannot stand them. And so, I was actively rooting against
I
the
hear
team
you.
last
Yeah.
night.
A couple things real quick. Text coming in. Alan Roach is the PA announcer. He's with the Vikings PA, but he does the big games because of his big voice.
Jesus, the most thundering voice I've ever heard in my life.
That's the guy. This one says, Jesus Christ, Preston and Steve, you guys need to get a little more sleep. Kathy's right. You're being grumpy.
I know.
You're misunderstanding. I watched it. It was fine. I'm not blown away by the Super Bowl. It's okay. It was okay. What I did enjoy is in the second half, it became a game.
It became. Good. I'm sorry. It was always a game. It became a more offensive game.
Right.
So
true. Because I told Casey as there were no points going up in the first quarter, but I liked the back and forth nature of it all. I thought that that was the defense getting in there and causing some problems.
That's
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I enjoyed watching it. By the way, somebody else texted in and said it's about the betting, halftime show, and commercials. Make it fun.
Oh my gosh. So my cousin made like all these like crazy little
bets.
Yeah, these.
So did I.
But he got like the majority of them. We were hysterical laughing.
He was winning?
Case somebody else had to make a pass.
So Juwan Jennings with the touchdown pass that he had last night?
Right.
He won?
He won for that. He won for wow. I forget what they were. I'll see if he can send me a list because it was like these crazy little prop bets, but it was really funny.
The moment that kind of made me go, what? During the whole game was when Travis Kelce railroaded Andy Reid.
What the heck was that?
Grabbed him like an old man.
Because he wasn't on the field. The particular play in which Isaiah Pacheco, who is, by the way, from New Jersey, so we do have a little bit of home cooking there, he fumbled the ball, and Travis I believe he wasn't in on that play.
He was. I don't think he was.
And he feels like if he was there, he could have been.
Well, that was not cool. And I did not know that head coaches would put up with that type of insubordination from a player.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think.
I think that's totally not. Now, I'm speaking out of turn because this is just a casual observer who doesn't watch football regularly, but that was way uncool in my virgin eyes.
I think I'm going to give Travis and Andy the benefit of the doubt. I don't necessarily think Travis meant to go in as hot as he did. To make contact with him, and you're right, he did scare him, and he didn't know he was coming. Jesus!
Yeah.
Case, you see him like grab his arm because I think he realized that he pushed him a little, or he like kind of knocked into him.
Kathy Reid said he was not on his right footing when he came in there, and so you're right. I think Casey. I'm thinking
like elder abuse to me.
I'm thinking you're right. He came in and didn't realize proximity wise how close he was. Bumped him. Reid starts to go over and he grabs his arm. It was not a good look though.
I didn't think you could ever yell at your coach
like
ever.
that. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think if that's any other sport at any other time, that player gets benched immediately.
Yes.
And I'm like, I even was like, is he going to get fined for that?
And I immediately thought I'm like, are we seeing the real guy come out?
I know.
Tay, warning, red flag here.
So how many articles were on that all over the news about Is this the way he is? So we don't know. Reed has been very dismissive of it, as you well would maybe assume that's the case after a Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
But he seems to have not.
I mean, not for nothing, but one of
nothing.
the last plays of the game, Travis Kelce knocked out the safety for the 49ers. Is that the real Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, he just ran this dude over. Like, yes, that's what these guys get paid to do during those that hour, or let's say 3 hours of a Sunday. So
You know what I found, though, Kathy, to that whole thing? I was hanging on because I wanted to see the makeout session after the game, and we got it between.
We got it.
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yes. Like loving hugs and kisses and
Yes.
blowing kisses to each other.
Like I said, the most popular girl at school and the star
Right.
athlete.
Right,
It's like,
right,
how many trophies
you
did
should
you win?
want to kill them because Taylor Swift's boyfriend won the Super Bowl.
right after, how many Grammys did she win the previous
I
Sunday?
know. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's just like the perfect, perfect story.
It's like what? And then she went home. Travis, I'm pissing diamonds.
Case, what happened to the 49ers player who tore
Oh, my
something
God.
when he just ran onto the field?
That was kind of, I mean, I don't want to say funny, but I mean,
It was
come
hilarious.
on,
I
dude.
felt so bad.
Dude, it's
I'm
like
No, I didn't.
it's
Come
like
on, man.
cutting yourself with a popsicle on the sideline, and you can't play. I mean, this is the focus. They do everything to keep you in apps. Like you say, you don't get sloppy with plays because you don't want to set up something that'll cause an injury. He's just simply running onto the field.
Yeah, and Kat, that's the same guy that got kicked out of the game with Dom when the Eagles played the Niners.
Oh, that's
the
him?
same player, Trey Greenlaw. Yeah.
So you're okay with it then?
No, I mean, listen, I don't ever like to see a player go down and get hurt,
But you wanted to see the Niners lose.
But I
so
want to see
yeah.
the Niners lose, and I know that him being out of the game is a significant hit. So I was totally fine with it. But like, I've seen he went down. There was that dude from the Vikings who was doing some sort of celebration and tore his ACL just celebrating. Then you had the quarterback Gus Frerotte who knocked himself out headbutting the wall after scoring a touchdown. Like, dude.
At one time, I was excited about something. I don't know what it was, and I was throwing my fist up in celebration, and I freaking threw my shoulder out. I went immediately from to, oh my God!
Preston, you look outside and that vehicle comes around to the front of your front door so they can flatbed you out of the house.
Yeah, right. Oh my God!
Wait, Case, so supposedly Dom was in the suite with Taylor Swift last night?
That's what I heard. Okay. Oh, Marissa knows. She's got the...
Yeah, apparently Dom got hired to do security for the Chiefs. So there was a shot of him on the field behind Matt Ryan. At some point, Matt Ryan was on the sidelines, another local guy, Casey. And then later on in the game, he was in the box with Jason Kelce and Taylor Swift. You could just see those glasses,
That's
the white
crazy.
hat, the
He sticks out.
Yup.
By the way, there was a text came in early. It said, "Hey guys, Taylor needed this win. I mean, she just got rid of a jet for God's sake.
She did.
Yeah.
Let's keep that in mind."
Yeah.
I'm just happy that Usher brought back quad roller skates. I was excited about that.
I thought that was so cool.
When that came out,
I'm a quad guy.
when he came out and they were doing, so when it first started off, I'm like, this is serviceable. This is a decent.
I
halftime
enjoyed
show.
it.
Well, yeah, I did as well.
Yeah.
But I'm saying at that level, okay, getting it done. And then it got progressively more, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, and then the roller skates. Okay, this is really really
I walked out during the roller skates part. So what did I miss after that?
He brought out
the best part.
More stuff.
Will.i.am, Ludacris.
Will.i.am was there?
Yeah, it wasn't that who he slid under his legs.
Oh, no kidding.
On the roller skates.
Oh. Will.i.am, Lil Jon, and Ludacris.
And
her's awesome.
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys sounded great.
Fantastic.
I liked her piano, by the way. That was a cool looking piano.
I'm like, where the hell? It's clearly an electric piano.
You guys didn't notice her voice crack on the very, very first note of her singing? She was like, "It's a home, beep." I was like, "Oh no, no."
Well, he had mic issues in the beginning, and I actually was wondering if she did too when she first came out, or if that was her voice. What I love about Super Bowl halftime shows, and he did it. Usher did it. Was bringing out all those special guests.
Yeah.
Like when they come and they just do a straight ahead show, it's cool. It's great, and I like
Right.
all of them. You know, I love a good performance. But when they bring out different names and different people and their surprises, like for me, that's what makes it. So I was like, this was great.
Well, the one that didn't materialize, or it was rumored, was Justin Bieber, and Usher discovered Justin Bieber. But
He was there.
Yeah, the cavalcade of who they had performing, and then it got very robust, and and people were talking about how it was just like straight out of their college days.
Oh yeah. Even did you see that at the end, the stage with all of them on it? It was shaking.
It's about to collapse.
That was cool.
And did you see the girl fall off the pole?
No.
Like there was at one point behind Usher, there were kind of like stripper poles, and she was hanging upside down, and she just fell.
When they started, when they just came up to him when he was starting the halftime show, there was like some guy with his hand holding himself up on another guy's head.
Yes,
And
right
I'm
at the
like,
beginning.
It was like Cirque du Soleil level stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. They started off the halftime show down on the field.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a little different.
I said
And they
exactly
made
the
it-
same
They
thing.
made it smaller.
Yeah.
You know, they're just a contained group of dancers, and then obviously it expanded as the performance went on. But what I appreciated is they didn't. I think they've learned from the past of people who've tried to go too big with it. And probably some production issues as getting all that crap out there in time and getting it off the field in time probably led to them doing I thought it was a little more slimmed down version of the
By the way, did you notice?
halftime show.
Speaking of that, I'm like, oh, I guess they're letting them go on the field. They're on the field.
same. I
And
thought the
then,
same thing.
And then I couldn't help but notice, but how chewed up the field gets.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can't run a Zamboni across that.
Right.
But I guess because it was, I don't know, was it because it was in a dome and it's not, or it's turf? I didn't know.
It's a retractable dome, is it not like Glendale?
I don't
was
think
last
so.
year? It's just a dome. Oh, you know what? Do they wheel the field out?
I don't know. The reason I say I don't think that it is, Casey, is because I believe it's the first all green stadium in NFL Super Bowl history. So the entire roof is solar panels.
Okay.
But I was thinking about this because they had a flyover. They had like a military flyover. For the people in Las Vegas, I guess, because the people, if you're in the stadium, nobody could see any of that stuff.
I thought
They had fireworks outside too.
They had
at one
fireworks,
point.
for if you're hanging out of the sphere.
The sphere is going crazy. Nobody can see that.
I did like when they turned the sphere into an American flag at one point. I
That
thought
was
that was really
cool.
cool. They had a few shots of that.
Well, they started with the cool Sinatra thing too. Sinatra on the sphere.
Oh, that's
It was
cool.
like Attack of the Sinatra.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't catch every bit of it, but all in all, I didn't. I thought that was good halftime performance. It was nothing crazy happened, but nothing bad happened. So
No.
it was good. And
roller
dude could dance like a mother effer.
Yeah.
man. He's
Roller
phenomenal.
skates kicked it in for me.
I
And
love
he
it.
can roller skate too.
Yeah.
You can see.
He
You can
came
tell.
out on skates and was part of that
I was
routine.
impressed with the roller skating. I thought that was great.
I'm like my wrist has been almost. I feel like it's been broken since before New Year's Eve. I fell on roller skates on January 29th, and it's still not right, but it's not broken. But I still want to get back there and roller skate.
I didn't know that you fell and hurt yourself on roller skates.
Stupid girl came up and took me out. Probably like 3 or 4 years old.
You still doing the roller derby?
No. But in Cape May, they have roller skating at the little convention center there, and there's a little girl. I was doing one more lap with my daughter. We were
always
holding
the end.
hands, and this girl, and it was either, okay, I can either crush this girl with all of my weight or put my arm out, and I put my arm out, and it hasn't been right since.
We haven't even had a chance to touch on the commercials. We're going to have to do that in another segment, I think.
right.
We're not going to have enough time here. But let me get to, hang on, our buddy Ra's been on hold for a little while. Let me go to him. Hey, Ra, good morning, man.
Sing the song, Kathy.
From last week.
Let me tell you something, man. You guys are getting old and curmudgeon-y. I'm
No, shut
sorry.
up.
No,
I love
we're
you.
not.
I love you all. But listen, remember when you liked football just because it was a good thing? It was football? Fun?
Let me ask you a quick question.
What's up?
All right, so you don't the Super Bowl. You just sit there every time, like it comes on, and it's full blown magic, and there hasn't been any erosion. Like the commercials, everything is absolutely humming along for you when you sit. When the Eagles are not playing, it's just glorious every time.
Well, here's the thing. I like a good game,
Yeah,
period. And so, yes, the other ancillary stuff like the halftime show and the commercials, those are awesome, right? And you could take them or leave them. It's like an episode of Saturday Night Live sometimes. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's like, why did I waste my time, right? But as far as the game went, everybody thought Mahomes was going to just blow everybody out. You know, because Mahomes is nothing to play with. He's like the Steph Curry of football, for real, you know? Mm-hmm. And so everybody just knew that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs were going to just kill it. And then you started to see him, not do well, which is what led to Kelsey, really, really tripping. And we don't know what's going to come of that. We don't know if there's still going to be some repercussions for how he came at Andy Reid and whatnot. But, I mean, second half, you still didn't know because they were still behind. But then when they started to come back and the little tiny little mistakes that were made, the little things that, the interception, the turnovers and whatnot, it was like, oh my God. And I'm thinking about people who have money on the game.
Right.
Like, imagine you had money on the game.
So yeah, you appreciate that it was a game. I mean, it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't, it was definitely something to watch.
And then Usher did a fantastic job. I mean, you got your shirt off at one moment, then you come back and you're in a black suit with some skates on and whatnot, and the skaters were just insane, man.
Yeah. And by the way, dude, he had those skates came off quicker. Yeah. I don't know how the hell. Like, what were they Velcroed on?
Yeah. I thought maybe they were like the little kid skates that went over the sneaker.
Right. Yeah.
And then the artist named her. She was getting her Hendrix on. I mean,
she was great.
The guitar.
Yeah.
And I mean, Alicia Keys is just extremely sexy in the all red, and then her figure is ridiculous. Everybody's talking about Swiss Beats is going to beat down Usher for Usher hugging her from the back.
Yeah, that was getting very touchy-feely.
Yeah. And he was all sweaty.
Yeah.
But I kept thinking, I'm like, is she okay with this?
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought the game was awesome. I didn't get to see all the commercials. I was too busy, chatting it up and whatnot. But, man, I really, really appreciate a good game, because if it was a blowout, nobody would have wanted to watch it.
I found myself bored. There was in the beginning part of the game there was a lot of sloppiness, I thought.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so but Holmes and they were the underdogs, were they not? The 49ers were the favorite,
2.5 points or whatever. No, but like you can't judge, and I know you know this, Steve, but you can't judge an entire game based on like what, but you don't know what the rest of the game is going to unfold, right? So you don't know when it's 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. You're like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
You have no clue what the third and fourth quarters.
And then it became the nail biter.
Overtime.
Yeah.
2 possession overtime is a game. No pun intended. A game changer.
Right. When Usher's 45, Raw, and when he took his shirt off, I really felt like I should start doing some push-ups or something, because that was embarrassing for me.
Yeah, dude's cut.
If you were in front of people first of all, his Vegas residency is like he walked down the street and went to the Super Bowl. I mean, he's been doing his thing now he said 30 years brought him here. 30 years of entertaining and whatnot. So I kudos to that guy, man, for keeping himself relevant, for keeping himself in shape, and for killing it.
That's good.
It's a really good show.
By the way, they don't get paid for the halftime show. They don't.
It reminds me of when Anthony Kiedis was on stage. You remember how fit Anthony Kiedis was? Mm-hmm. And he was jumping up and down and singing and whatnot.
Well, you know how you drop a few pounds when you're going to be at a wedding or something? Yeah. Imagine if you're center stage at the Super Bowl. You're gonna make sure you're in the best shape you can be in.
Usher was in like 4 commercials as well. They spread him out through that whole thing with references to playing.
The camera angles were awesome too, because he was directing where your eyes were going to go. Like when the young lady, when her got on with the guitar, now we're watching her while Usher goes to change.
Yep.
And so by the time you come back, and they're sliding the camera. It's not just a quick change. They're sliding the camera. It was so awesome, man. I dug it.
All right, Rob, thanks, man. Appreciate it, bud.
All right, guys.
Take care, man.
See ya. Yep.
They don't get paid, but he just released a new album, so
that's the money. The money is in the exposure, but that is the understanding. You put that all on, now you will definitely reap the benefit of being at the halftime show at the Super Bowl, but you're not paid for that.
Yeah, right. Nick, when he took his shirt off and he had like the tank top underneath, I thought that was it, and then I was like, no, the tank. Then he took the tank top off, and I was like, all right,
there's more.
He looks great.
He looked
How
really
much
good.
money do you think the Taylor Swift suite cost?
$1 million.
Let's see if we can find out.
That's what. It was in the papers and the inquiries. $1 million, and Travis Kelce paid for it.
What?
Did they get wings?
They included. They included one drink.
Okay.
Yeah, and ribs.
Oh, you know what?
Unlimited
Unlimited ribs.
I made wings last night. Thank you so much to John Sidorelli from Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. He sent me his own personal dry rub mix, and I used that to make my wings last night. Damn good.
Okay. Very
Cost
nice.
$1 million for that dry rub mix.
So it was $1 million just for that suite?
That's what they said in the paper. Yeah.
Okay.
$1 million, and it was Travis Kelce who picked it up.
Wow.
It was a nice collection of celebs in that suite, wasn't it?
I didn't see.
Yeah.
I just saw them go to her a couple of times.
Blake
By her,
Lively.
I mean Taylor Swift. Who all did we see in there?
Blake Lively, the fart singer. What was her name? Ice Spice.
Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey.
They were all in that suite the whole time?
Yep.
And they all look so fart.
They were so fart.
Yeah.
And Paul McCartney, Marissa said
What
that
am I doing here?
Paul made us stop by. He swung by.
These wings have inferior rub on them.
And you saw Kylie Kelsey, the closest she could bring herself to wearing anything that wasn't like something Eagles. She wore a Cincinnati Bearcats shirt because she's such an Eagles fan. Jason's there and like all the Chiefs gear and Chief overalls and stuff. She's like, no, I'm not doing it.
Did you see the meme? And it got very popular quickly. It was Brittany Mahomes at some party or something
with her brother-in-law? Pat Mahomes' brother-in-law is insufferable, press.
Right. So he shows up. Apparently, he's had some issues. He shows up to get past his VIP section. There's a security guard there. He kind of waves to her, and she looks at him, and you can. Body language is everything. She clearly does not like this brother-in-law of hers, and she sort of shrugs and doesn't do anything to get him into the VIP
She's like,
area.
there's nothing I can do.
Wait, it's her brother?
It's her brother-in-law.
It's Pat Mahomes' brother.
Oh, it's Pat Mahomes' brother. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
When his dad arrested for a DUI just the other day, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
His dad, Patrick Mahomes?
Yes.
Oh,
He
it's
was a
shame.
former professional athlete. What did he play? Baseball, Nick?
I don't know.
No, I don't know much about these guys. What a
Stay
family.
away from my daughter.
Yeah. All right, so we haven't had a chance to really touch on the commercials or we didn't play any of the audio yet. So, we'll have to do that in a little bit.
Sure.
Because we got to get to the bizarre file and all that good stuff. But we do have some audio play from the game last night, and that does we didn't play any of the clips of the. You want me to play a clip since we talked about the halftime? Play a couple of clips of that real quick.
Sure.
All right. So and then we'll have to break and come back and get into B file and so on. But here's Usher opening up with "Caught Up."
Y'all say I'm so got me feeling it. Know what it is, but it's since she's got me twisted. I'm so got me feeling it. I'm losing control. This girl's gotta.
I did like the fact that they definitely, because you've seen in years past where they've been lip syncing,
Yes.
and that was all live, legit, real stuff going on.
For reals.
This
Totally
is,
fart.
Usher joined by Lil Jon and Ludacris. Here we go.
Got me like, oh my God, I'm so
And Will.i.am.
how you finally. You make me wanna say,
Is this during the roller skating part, or I don't remember.
We did it again to rock everybody. Las Vegas, are you ready to get crazy? Another round of shots. Las Vegas, turn down for what?
Even I like this song.
Yeah, it's good.
Here we go.
Hey, turn it down for what? Hey, 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 hey.
And then Paul McCartney comes out on stage.
What's going on?
Hey! What's the
Yeah.
I don't know the name of that song.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just
What's
noticed.
the name of the song?
Just add.
And I like that one too.
Yeah, it's a good tune. All right. Well, there you go. That's some of that. We're going to take a break. We'll get back and we'll do the B file, and then we can rifle through the commercials. Obviously, there it is. Is that Paul doing it? His version of it. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. Some bizarre file stories next, so stay with us.
That's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR present Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Pro Team Collision, your certified collision repair center. If you get into an accident, Pro Team Collision is there for all of your auto body repair needs. Well, the Episcopal Diocese of Albany, New York is reportedly trying to figure out what to do with a priest who's accused of slashing the tires of an ex-lover and a former coworker.
Okay, then.
Probably get rid of him.
The unidentified woman said that she became involved in a consensual romance with Michael Green shortly after she was hired to help him with bookkeeping and travel arrangements for St. Paul's Episcopal Church over the summer. The alleged victim, who was in her 40s, said that she told the priest she'd become uncomfortable with dating him while they were working together and left her freelance job in August after putting in just 16 hours. Well, things went south shortly before Christmas when the pair traveled to New York City, and Green became aggressive while the woman was driving, she said. And when she decided to stay alone in the Manhattan hotel room they had booked, the priest became angry and reportedly suggested that she consider killing herself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bad priest.
Weeks later, on January 11th, police believe Green slashed the woman's tires with an unknown cutting instrument while it was in the parking garage.
I'm a bad priest.
He's since been accused of criminal mischief and has a February 20th court date. Green hasn't entered a plea. He said this week the incident was a misunderstanding that he expects to have resolved soon.
I meant to repair the tires.
The Episcopal Diocese of Albany said that it was considering repercussions for Green, but was unaware of the situation before being contacted by a news outlet.
Upon reflection, this was all the bitch's fault. No, you're not getting it.
No, you don't understand that. A rather bizarre act of vandalism was recently reported at an art exhibition in Moscow where a security guard damaged an art exhibit and then tried to eat it.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Wow. Organizers of a contemporary art exhibition had noticed that one of the exhibits was missing its main protagonist. It was named Escape of the Goldfish. The art piece featured a goldfish bowl with a goldfish sticking out of it right next to the painting of the open sea, with another goldfish stuck to it as if it had jumped from the bowl and into the waves. A thought-provoking concept, and one that caught the eye of the security guard on duty, only instead of admiring it from a distance and doing the job, he vandalized the very thing he was paid to protect. In video, the intrigued guard can be seen approaching and then casually pulling on the two fish.
Oh, no.
At one point, he holds the painting of the open sea with one hand and pulls on the goldfish with the other until it comes off. He then smells the fish, which we assume is fake, and then he tries to take a bite of it. When the organizers noticed that it had been vandalized, they checked the cameras and were shocked to see the security guard doing the very thing that he was paid to prevent. When confronted about his behavior, the man simply shrugged and said that he had a tough night with very little sleep.
So he saw the artwork.
And he didn't understand what he was doing when he vandalized the art piece.
Well, if there's ever been a push now to get vending machines in the room, their guard room, that might be now. If they're eating the exhibits.
The man has been suspended from his job, and the goldfish was restored after a few days.
I would assume I wouldn't have to tell all you gentlemen this, but please don't eat the art exhibits.
All right, listen to this. A stingray at a North Carolina aquarium is expecting babies, and staff believe that it could have been impregnated by a shark.
A shark nailed a stingray?
Stingray.
I didn't even know that they could do that.
Charlotte, the stingray at an aquarium and shark lab in Hendersonville could give birth any day now, but the pregnancy was a shock to everyone because there
Guys, come in close. Just got me some stingray tail.
there were no male stingrays in her tank. The aquarium noticed swelling in Charlotte back in September and thought that it could be cancer.
Oh, yeah, I'm swelling right now.
After performing ultrasound on the stingray, the team realized that she was pregnant with multiple pups. There were two possible explanations for the mystery impregnation, the first of which is a process known as parthenogenesis, and this is when eggs develop on their own without fertilization and create a clone of the mother. They identified the growths as eggs. They have no male ray, and there have been few cases of parthenogenesis in rays. The other explanation for Charlotte's pregnancy is a little crazier. The staff think that the female stingray could have been impregnated by one of the male 1-year-old sharks they placed in her tank in mid-July.
How would that even happen? Do they have the appropriate equipment to hook up?
They said that we moved the 2 1-year-old white spot bamboo male sharks into the tank. There was nothing we could find definitively about their maturation date, so we did not think that there would be an issue. We started to notice bite marks on Charlotte and saw other fish nipping at her, so we moved the fish, but the biting continued. Now, bite marks are an indicator of mating in sharks because the large fishes are known to bite during the mating process.
That's the most effed up thing. And they think this is a possibility?
Yeah, Charlotte is carrying up to 4 pups and was expected to give birth around February 9th, although the birth has not taken place as of yet. DNA testing will take place on the pups once they're born, and aquarium staff will be able to determine whether they are a mixed breed or clones of their mother.
So they could be shark rays.
The gestation period in a stingray is usually 3 to 4 months. They are closely related to sharks.
They could be starks.
So there's a possibility that they may be, cross breeding, which is pretty wild, right? Yeah. All right, and then we'll have time for another one. An employee of a Wendy's in Missouri attacked a customer after an argument in the restaurant's drive-thru. So officers responded to the restaurant on Monday for a fight in progress in the parking lot. The customer who was attacked told officers that after he got into an argument with employee Leon Johnson, that Johnson walked outside and punched him through the driver's side window. The customer then grabbed a hammer and got out of his car. He swung it at Johnson to try and protect his car. Johnson then got in the customer's car and drove off. A short time later, Johnson returned to the restaurant.
Got your car!
And then he hit the customer with the car, knocking the hammer out of his hand. Johnson then got out of the car, picked up the hammer, and began to hit the car's front windshield. The customer suffered a laceration on his lip and multiple contusions to his face. When police tried to arrest Johnson, they said he resisted and he bit 2 officers. What dude was having a day, man?
What set this maelstrom in progress?
They never indicated. It's unclear what the men were arguing about. Johnson faces a first-degree assault, tampering with a motor vehicle, property damage, and resisting arrest. All of the charges are felonies, so he is in quite a bit of trouble. And there you go.
Wow.
That's what I have in the Bizarre File for you. More good stuff coming up. I got a lot of great stories from the weekend to share. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back in a second, and we haven't had a chance to dabble in the commercials from the Super Bowl, so we'll do that in a little bit.
Still more.
And if you would like a recap of the very important Soup Bowl 2024, then you can go to PrestonandSteve.com. You can learn about the 8 restaurants who competed, the soups that they brought, see the photos of the studio setup and the recap video, meet the judges, all of that stuff. Congratulations, by the way, to the Piston Diner and their winning cream of potato soup. It was a leek and potato and leek soup. Full recap at PrestonandSteve.com. As we take a break, I've been handed this. I'm going to give away 3 passes to our Galentine's Day party. It's tomorrow night at Rivers Casino. We will take the first 3 ladies who can join us at least 21 years of age, 215-263-WMMR. You will be invited to join us tomorrow night starting at 6 o'clock. Get on board now. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve.
And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right. Thank you very much, Kathy. And we had an initial Super Bowl conversation. We, just talked about our own personal opinions about the game and
where we're at in life.
Super Bowl. And apparently, if you don't like it, you're old and curmudgeon-y. That's what we found out.
I don't think either of you said we didn't like it. It's just that it's
well, if you If you criticize it, then you're old and curmudgeon-y. So that's what we found out. So anyhow, we can break down a little bit more of this because we do have some audio to play from some of the performances and some of the commercials as well. We did skip one of the performances. We had audio of Post Malone doing "America the Beautiful."
Yeah, he did. Now it's funny because if you saw any interview with him leading up to it, Post Malone has played many shows in front of many people. Mm-hmm. He was terrified.
Oh, really?
He was terrified.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did a great job.
A little bit of this.
In celebration of our country.
Celebration of our country.
Please welcome 9 times Diamond certified global superstar, Post Malone.
Skies forever is a
was nice.
Yeah, it's got a little better action, Eddie Vedder warble going on.
Yeah. He's got a nice voice. He doesn't have what I would call a powerful voice.
It's not a Whitney Houston.
Right, which is it's fine.
He's a rocker. I mean, he loves rock. I mean, he's done some great covers.
Oh yeah, I do like him as an artist. He seems like a fun, decent guy too. So, and I thought Reba did a decent job of the national
Reba's
anthem.
great.
Yeah,
she does have a powerful voice.
Yeah, exactly. So,
His teeth, though, I can't take it.
It is kind of hard.
hard
The
to-
tattoos and the teeth. It's a bit.
I could even get past the tattoos.
Looks dirty.
Well, he actually
Just
sold
the
advertising
teeth.
space on his face. Did you see that? Yeah.
No, by the way, you know what? You know who spoke up, and I found this interesting too, and I didn't think about it till the next day. But Marlee Maitland,
Yes.
the deaf actress, was a little bit upset that they introduced verbally the people that were doing ASL, the American Sign Language, and then they didn't show them
They
at
never-
all
not at
during the
all.
song. Which I'm like, well, isn't why you're there so the people watching that
Can
are
see?
deaf can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
know what they're singing at the time. And
now, sign language you won't be able to see.
right. She wrote, I am absolutely shocked at CBS for introducing the deaf performers at the Super Bowl and then not showing even 1 second or more of their performance, as has been tradition for the
A
last.
challenge to our deaf viewers. Guess what's going on.
Yeah.
We're disabling closed caption as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see how good you really are.
I thought that was a good point worth making.
Did you see that Nickelodeon had a whole setup? They were covering
Yes.
everything.
I watched
And
it.
Patrick and SpongeBob and who else was in the
It was
booth?
great.
I mean, everybody.
Squidward and Sandy.
yeah, and who's the big muscle?
Larry the lobster?
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Yeah, I saw him on the field.
They were covering.
Yeah.
They were using real-time animations to cover the action on the field.
That's great.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I wish I would have caught some of that. But
So it was
I
Nate Burleson, and then I don't know who the other guy is. But that was on a TV to my right. I have two TVs in my little back room, so
All right.
I wanted to make sure that I had that. I didn't really pay attention a lot to
So
it.
was it Jim Kinney and like the voices of them doing actual commentary?
Yeah, at one point,
That's great.
After the first fumble, and Christian McCaffrey, I think he fumbled the ball. The commentators talk about it, and then you just hear Patrick go, "You gotta protect the football."
Yeah, they got to do that more.
They're the best.
I love that.
All right. Overall, your impressions on commercials last night?
Unimpressive. There were a few moments where made me appreciate the ones that were more creative. I thought they were almost uniformly shorter.
Yeah.
Here's where I've and this has become Super Bowl-itis in my personal opinion with the commercials is too many commercials try to cram too much stuff into each ad.
Yeah.
And
'Cause they're
it's-
paying so much for them.
And it's overload.
Yeah.
It's when there were a few of them last night, and I started to keep a tally. I'm like, okay, that one was too much. That one was too much. The Arnold one, which was cute with the your neighbor, like a good neighbor. But they kept doing scene after scene after scene after scene, and that's what they did with several of those
They
commercials.
actually mocked that approach.
And I think that's a bit much.
There was a spot you were probably gone to bed for later on that actually mocked the amount of information in an average Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, okay.
So that it was sort of self-knowing.
Yeah.
But you're right. And then some of them, though, again, most of these I had seen already.
I thought some of them were really good, though. I did think they were funny. My favorite was the Christopher Walken one.
I'd
thought
seen that.
was.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it.
I saw the
so
teaser for it, but I didn't see that one.
I thought it was great, and that was one that Usher popped up in as well.
I would say the funniest for me, the one that had me laugh, there were two that had me laugh out. Well, not the Ben Affleck Duncan. The Duncan
That was
spot
good.
with Matt Damon and everything was terrific.
It was
Yeah.
good.
The
was good.
Dunkings was solidly done. He was hamming it up. The lines were terrific. And then the one where they're bringing the Statue of Liberty.
I didn't see that one.
So they're bringing the Statue of Liberty to New York, and you see all of the people at the time look out the window going, "Oh, that's a good gift." Now we have to come up with something, and they try to decide what to give back to France. So they give a cheese board that is a huge hit.
Okay.
It's very well done.
I can't believe Temu had as much money as they did to run all of those spots. But I will say, by the third time they ran their spot, my son knew the words to the song that they were singing.
Well, and also you're saying it wrong. They like corrected how you say it.
What am I saying?
I think it's Temu.
Temu, okay.
Temu.
And that was like...
You know who else has a lot of money? Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Jesus has a lot of money.
Sure did.
Jesus spent a lot of money last night. Whole lot of money. Thank you, Jeebus.
It's long spots, too. First, when I saw the foot washing, I'm going, this has got to be Dr. Scholl's.
You know which one I thought was cute? I liked, and it's because I use it every morning to moisturize, is the CeraVe.
So did I.
With Michael Cera.
With Michael Cera.
I thought it was funny.
It was good.
It was really cute.
I really liked it.
Do you know what's massively underwhelming, though, is that whole Gronk field goal kicking thing?
Oh, did he miss?
God.
It was...
Yeah.
Although they gave Carl Weathers a little send-off. I thought that was special. But yes, it was stupid.
Yeah, I thought that, and they do it live, Steve, and then there's like the actual audio commentary, and they're supposed to be doing like a play-by-play or whatever, but then when they cut back to it later, they had John Cena, who is apparently Gronk's arch rival or whatever, and at the end of that, did you see the tribute to Carl Weathers?
Yes, it was great.
Okay.
It was great. Yeah,
that was nice.
So I didn't see it, but apparently Beyonce announced that she's releasing a new album.
Yeah.
In a Super Bowl commercial.
It was for Verizon, and the guy from Arrested Development was her assistant / co-star, and Beyonce kept trying to one up herself
to break the internet,
quote unquote, break the internet. Yeah, and then by the end of it, Kathy, she was dropping new music from outer space. She was on a rocket, but the point of the whole message, other than Verizon is such a great network, it never gets broken, is that she is going to release some new music,
and it's a country album.
Yeah, that's what I read something about that. I didn't see it, but there's some kind of country.
At least the two songs that were released, that they were kind of teasing our country and nature. So,
all right, let's play. Since you mentioned the Christopher Walken one, let's play the audio from that.
Nice ride.
It's the real deal, 100% electric.
It's the real deal.
Yeah.
Of course. Enjoy your coffee. Careful, it's hot.
Thanks.
Your dog's so cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, so adorable. Wow.
Right.
You know, you look nice.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Walken. Does this table work for you?
Yeah.
It was fun.
They did it.
They played off of that.
Have you ever seen the SNL bit where the entire family talks like Christopher Walken, right down to the little girls? It's very funny.
Well, and then it ended with Usher, and Usher did the dance move that Chris Walken did in that Fatboy Slim.
No kidding.
Yeah, so Usher goes up the steps. So it was up on the screen here just 2 seconds ago, and Usher goes up the steps, and the way that he leaves the steps when he sort of skedaddles to the left is a Christopher Walken dance move, because Walken dances in so many of his movies and videos over the years.
I missed the reference. I saw him in that, and I was like, "Oh, that was kind of weird that they put him in there." And I didn't realize that was that was his impression of Christopher Walken.
Yeah, as a dance move.
All right, the one with Aubrey Plaza for Mountain Dew is fun.
Yeah,
I thought it was cute, and I love how she introduces herself as America's sweetheart.
Yeah,
Aubrey Plaza.
There's a little bit of this.
It's me, America's sweetheart, and I just love having a blast. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Kids party? Having a blast.
Stuck in an elevator? Having a blast. Winning. Losing. Having a... Probe me already. Blast. I can have a blast anytime, anywhere.
Then Nick Offerman comes in. They're flying on dragons.
Having a blast.
Now, that was earlier on, so by then I hadn't been inundated by the scene after scene after scene after scene spot, which that was one of them, so I hadn't tired of it yet. But by the third or fourth one, I'm like, oh, we're going to get this all night long. But it was fun. Steve, you did mention the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and J-Lo, and that one I think was... They nailed it.
Yeah,
it
very
was funny.
Yeah.
Especially Matt Damon. So here's a clip from that. Or I don't know, is this the whole thing?
It's a large part of it.
All right, here we go.
He's here.
What up? Boston Massacre! The Dumb Kings! Touchdown Tommy on them keys! Player coach.
Got it.
I'm open. And needs no introduction, my partner.
Sometimes it's really hard to be your friend.
I said you gotta support me. Dumb Kings!
Dunk away my heart. Why you dunking me, girl? Why you dunking?
Dumb Kings!
My heart.
How do you like them donuts? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Lay us on the track.
Are we gonna be on the album?
We talked about this.
Let's go. You're blinded by them pinstripes. Wrap it up. Here goes Babe Ruth.
Tom, you can stay.
You remember when I told you I'd do anything for you? This is anything. Chill. They're naming a drink after us.
It's well done.
How do you like them donuts? That's the one time in the evening I laughed out loud. Really laughed out loud. That was fun. Let's see. What else? Anything else stand out you guys personally?
I liked Vince Vaughn and Tom Brady in another commercial. That was for MGM something or other. You didn't like it?
I didn't. I thought Vince was a little under.
There's a whole series of them. And
I saw just one then.
They go in and out, but Wayne Gretzky and Tom Brady are not as cool as Vince Vaughn in the series of them.
There was a Coors Light commercial, okay, and it was the giant train.
I dug that,
and it comes in, and then you see LL Cool J.
Yeah.
And at the end, the girl so blatantly goes, "Thank you, LL Cool J."
Yeah.
Too much?
It was too much. It was just like I think "Thank you, LL" would have been nicer.
Right.
But "Thank you, LL Cool J" for those people who don't know who LL Cool J is. I don't know. But I thought it was a cool spot. But I think that was just overstated with the LL Cool
There
J.
were a couple of near the migrating ravens and eagles, the players flying.
That was funny. That was goofy.
The mullet Kawasaki commercial.
I like that.
Whereas they drive that vehicle, that little vehicle, by the way, is super cool.
Yeah.
That made me want to buy that vehicle.
I know. It's still weird though because what's the market for that kind of a car?
Literally like on a farm or something like that.
I know.
Yeah.
But the one that I missed was the mullet on the Eagle. I saw them all on everything else, and then I guess I looked away and I heard everybody laughing in my house. I'm like, oh, I missed it.
It was funny.
Was it? Damn it!
There was.
Yeah, those things are those little vehicles they're kind of like, well, it'd be fun to tool around, and it's like, but where would I?
What are you going to use it for?
What would I do with that?
Yeah,
I want to ask you guys: did you make it to the end? And if so, did you see the DoorDash code commercial?
Yes,
my daughter.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The one where they inundate you with information. That's the one that I was talking about.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Because there was one where they were mocking all of the.
No, that's not a mock. That's sorry for saying mock and not afterwards.
Yeah,
that's a contest.
Yeah, it was an actual promotion, and my daughter played along the whole time.
Oh, I thought it was a joke.
No. You have to write down the entire code, and if you write down the entire code, you can win every prize from every Super Bowl commercial.
Then I hate them for that.
Oh my God, that's funny. And you thought they were mocking how much information goes in.
It's way too much.
Hold on, Nick. What do you mean every? So from every Super Bowl commercial.
DoorDash had promoted this in advance of the Super Bowl, and the contest was, we're going to give away every prize from every Super Bowl commercial, and it was a DoorDash promotion leading up to it. And then during the game last night, they ran this code, which has all these dashes and names and brand names in it, and it's unbelievably long, and it's even longer than it is given in the commercial itself. So you are supposed to write down that entire code and then submit it, I guess, at DoorDashAllTheAds.com. And if you do that and you do it accurately and correctly, you can win all of the prizes. You can win the prizes from all of the commercials last night.
I think my daughter did it, and I think she maxed out it. She got 29% of it right.
Okay.
And then she tried again. I don't know what percentage and then she just gave up after that.
Probably like most people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, no way!
Wait, how did she get?
I thought it was a joke.
How do you get the whole code?
In the commercial,
you have to stop it and play it.
Yeah.
At the end here, Kathy, watch. They do a quick scroll of every. That's it, and that's everything. And like a half a second, 150 names or products go by or something like that.
But in theory, it's a pretty damn good prize.
So, do you mean one of the prizes, Nick, is State Farm Insurance?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything that was advertised last night.
Wow.
You would win like a policy from State Farm,
You win
or some kind of product.
Yeah, the campaign was everything that was advertised last night. You win.
Wow.
I wonder how they quantify that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, you win Jesus.
Yeah. Right.
You get to go to heaven.
Yeah.
You get your feet washed by Jesus.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else was there? What do we have audio from? Arnold, the State Farm. Speaking of State Farm. His, like a good neighbor. Here's a clip of
there it is.
that. Here we go.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut.
Yeah.
Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut.
Now what?
Neighbor.
Yeah, neighbor. Just like it's written on the paper. Neighbor.
Still no.
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Bar.
Bar.
This lady's in labor.
Cut. Arnold?
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, that was great.
Backstabber.
Danny DeVito. I love it. I love it.
I recorded a Pennsylvania lottery commercial years ago with someone who, in the commercial, like as we were recording, we were in the same room together.
yeah.
He kept saying Pennsylvania, and they Pennsylvania, and so they would say, and they were okay. It's we just have to enunciate. It's Pennsylvania, and he
couldn't do it.
Pennsylvania, like kept doing it. It took,
Pennsylvania.
so I felt bad for him because I'm like, I guess it's just the way he said it, and so he was reading the commercial to try to sound natural, and he just kept saying Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
I think eventually they let me go and they kept going with him. So it aired. So eventually he got it.
I had the same thing early on in my radio career. I would always say social security. And the guy's like, no, it's social.
Yeah.
Like the word social, not social. And I was like, all my life I've been saying social security. But a lot of people say social security.
They do.
Just
Yeah,
gotta skip over,
absolutely.
but it's social security.
There were two Flashdance references
Yes.
last night.
Yeah, the gummy one,
Yeah,
whatever
and
that thing was.
I saw the gummy one,
That was
yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
And
the
then
Nerds clusters or whatever. Yeah.
It was the T-Mobile with the Scrubs guys and Jason Momoa.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that one at
Yeah.
all. Okay, what was it? Jason Momoa as the Flash dancer?
Yes, he's there. What a feeling! They're doing What a Feeling.
Okay.
But there was no dancing. They were just singing at his door.
No,
Okay.
did
they dance at the end?
Yeah, he does a backflip just like in the movie.
Let me go to Megan here. She wants to comment on something. Hi, Megan. Good morning.
Good morning, it.
Good morning to see you, Megan. What's up?
My husband and I entered that DoorDash code.
Okay.
It was incredibly long, but basically there was a small community on Reddit that was working together to get 100%. And people were commenting 26%, 36%, 99%. 6 people had like 99% for like an hour.
So I mean, there's no way. I don't. I'm. You know, my attention span is short to begin with. There's no way I would sit and do all that. But I'd be curious to see the kind of return they get on it. How many people submit?
Well, I mean, some of the prizes are a little funny. Like you guys were saying, oh, do you get State Farm insurance? No, they can't legally give you insurance, but they give you a red shirt and khakis.
Oh, all right.
All right. Okay.
And
all right.
how long do you have to enter the code? Is it expired today?
No, it ended, I believe, 5 hours ago. They tweeted something about it, or X. I don't know what the word is for now. But yes, it was an incredibly long code, and I think about 120 people on Reddit were working it out last night.
All right.
There was a commercial last night, and I want to understand what the purpose is, and I want to be informed about it. It was a commercial for the AI in the Google phone that allows people with vision problems to take photos. Did you see this?
Yeah. And at the end of it, they have a family.
Right.
Yeah.
So I assume that's for them to show to other people, correct?
Are you talking about like people who are blind?
So it's like glaucoma
severe
or things that make very hazy
visibility issues?
Picture. In other words, because
Interesting.
they themselves can't see the pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
don't know.
assume it's so that they can participate.
I think it was like mostly just showing off the technology that they have.
Chronicling the event? Okay.
Yeah, it's
I was
like
trying to figure out what that was
This is how cool our phone is, that even blind people can take photos.
Right.
Here's some text coming in. People commenting on the ones they liked. The Mayo one with Kate McKinnon. That was okay. Although she did take a big bite of mayonnaise with a spoon. That was like gnarly. That was okay.
You know what's good? Pluto TV, the couch potato farm. Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
There was an ad for the new Twisters movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which looked the same as the original movie.
Right down to the
same stuff.
Whoa!
Yeah, dude, and twins.
Yeah.
We got twins. And then
Twin Twisters
holding on to her arm.
Yeah.
She's about to get sucked away. I'm like, every single one of those things happened in that original movie.
Yeah, but these tornadoes look real.
Oh my God.
They're going to look real
Sorry, Nick, hang on. I gotta go
Oh,
back over here. Let's see. Somebody said the commercial with Drew Barrymore and Creed. I didn't see it.
That was
I didn't see that.
for Paramount Television. So
Okay.
it's all their
Oh,
shows.
yeah. We talked to Scott Stapp about it last week.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They introduced the Reese's Caramel Big Cups. Did you see those?
No.
Yeah, they look pretty good. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that sat sort of the Messi. Did you see the soccer commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay.
And that Sudeikis was in it.
Yes, that's right. And I don't know. I didn't know. I assumed when they kicked the soccer ball to the guy, I'm like, oh, well, he's a famous soccer player. I assumed it was messy. I don't know what that guy looks like. I don't,
He looks like that guy.
Yeah, he looks like that guy.
Also, Dan Marino showed up in a few commercials last night.
in that commercial.
Yes,
Including
he's
that
on the
one.
boat.
Yeah, he's on the boat, and he's on a couple other ones too. I was like, all right, well, good for Dan Marino.
And my wife was wondering what's up with Jeff Goldblum and why he's in such demand.
He's in the Wicked movie. He plays the Wizard of Oz in Wicked, and he's in that Apartments.com commercial, and I believe he plays essentially the same character in, what is it, Homework.com or Homes.com?
Oh, yeah.
Homes. The trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I love these movies.
They're great, but it came across more like an inspirational commercial for gorillas.
I was thinking
what
the
a
same thing.
wonderful day.
When it began, first of all, I'm like, is this a commercial or is this another Planet of the Apes movie? Which, by the way,
a gorilla who's having a down day? Remember, it's a wonderful day if you're a gorilla.
I only saw the first one of those movies, so I didn't know they were still making them.
They got sensational. And honestly, towards the end, where you had Matt Reeves directing, they got really good. This looks good.
It does.
They did show the Fuller trailer, Preston, for the Quiet Place.
Yeah, day one.
Day one.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's see. Oh, no. The Deadpool teaser was last night as well, so I didn't get a chance to go watch the full trailer, which is available online. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people. I'm looking at these texts that are coming in. Asian Jim replacing John Krasinski.
That was funny.
I don't remember that.
They were
one.
doing that on Instagram last week. So, Preston, it's a gag from The Office.
Okay.
One morning, that actor, Randall Park, shows up as Jim, and they're trying to convince Dwight that it's Jim, and there's a picture in the frame of Randall Park with his family. They've taken that gag, and now they're going to apply it to this movie that John Krasinski directed called If.
By the way, I would like to mention this, going back to what was the commercial with that? Was it the Google phone or whatever?
Yes.
Here's a text from our friend Tucker. It says, if there was a commercial for the blind last night, I didn't see it. Nice, Tucker. Let's see. Thoughts on the Kyle Chandler United commercial? I don't know that one.
Who's Kyle Chandler again?
I don't know. I was just reading this text, man. I have no idea.
Huh.
United, Airlines?
Didn't see. I'm having a brain fart on that one.
Somebody says, love the Jeremy Renner Silk commercial.
Missed that one.
Didn't see that one either. No.
There was a bad commercial for Popeyes.
Here you go. That was Ken Jeong. Ken Jeong in that one. Yeah, it was okay. This says, Steve, the Google phone commercial for blind people. As the phone detected faces, the phone would announce one face detected, two faces detected, and then they could take the pictures. But why do you have a person who is visually impaired taking the picture?
That was my question. I didn't want to be insensitive. I would assume that the idea would be that so that they could chronicle an event and then show it to other people. I was wondering if they were going to reveal some sort of technology that might make people who have visual issues able to see the photographs.
Let me go to Jen. Hi, Jen. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Great. What's up, Jen?
Did anyone catch the Duolingo ad? It was all of maybe 2 or 3 seconds.
No.
That little tiny green owl looked like he pooped out another little owl.
Okay. No, I did not see that.
It was super weird, and I was in the kitchen. My mother was cracking up, so I came in, and they rewound it, and we were like, what was that?
Okay. And I didn't know they would sell any ads shorter than 30 seconds. So that was just a quick little
It was that quick. Seriously.
Wow. Okay.
He turned around, his butt looked like a butt, and out came another little owl.
They did cut a Cardi B commercial down it was a lip plumper.
Thank you.
And guys started to take the plumper and put it on their junk.
Oh, geez.
And so that part was cut out of the commercial.
So, at the last second, they decided it was inappropriate?
Yes.
What?
So they just showed the part up to that part in the commercial.
And then it would lead you to maybe go find the rest of it? Or I'm wondering what the point is.
I didn't think it was an entree to watch the rest of the commercial. It wasn't up to their standards.
Okay.
So here's the first part of the commercial.
Yeah, we're looking at this now on our monitor, and I'll have to trust you on this. So I don't know, but I you know what? I think there were some cute ones, and I think that some of them they're cramming too much into, and it doesn't grab me. It's too much to absorb, especially if you have like 2 or 3 of them in a row.
Well, stop and think about the days when it was seismic, when you would watch and go, "Oh my God!" and there would be movies made. There would be step-off points where the commercials were
for launching a campaign,
and then there was all of that stuff, and you couldn't believe the creativity and all of that. And now I think they're now satisfying, as you said, these kinetic, overproduced commercials. You got to have your Super Bowl things.
Yep.
And I just sit there and I chronicle everything. I just have the computer on my lap and I'm going, okay, here are my notes. But it's less and less impressive.
I remember going back to, just thinking about commercials that launched a campaign and started there. If you go back to some of the Bud campaigns, like do you remember the 3 frogs, just the Bud, Weiser?
Yeah.
That was very, very minimal.
Yes.
And it launched a campaign that stuck around for a while.
What's
right?
Up
The
was-
What's Up thing
Yeah.
as well. That thing stuck for a bit.
I heard there was going to be a Clydesdale entry last night.
Yeah.
If there was, I missed it.
No, there was. Yeah, they. So it's there's a real bad snowstorm somewhere in the Rockies, and the guys say, "All right, we're going to deliver the beer the old-fashioned way," and they load the beer into the back of a cart, and the Clydesdales take the beer to where this bar is, where the snowstorm is, and then they get lost because the snowstorm's so bad. So this lovable,
They don't eat the Clydesdales, do they?
Nope. Lovable dog shows up and guides the Clydesdales into the bar.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
All right. Somebody texted in, you never know if somebody's being straight up about this or not. Was there a Scientology commercial last night? I mean, they have the money.
Was that the owl pooping one?
I don't know.
That's kind of meta.
Remember those old Dianetics commercials back in the 80s?
With the volcano exploding.
Genetics with the big voiceovers. Yes.
Yeah, there was a Scientology commercial.
Okay.
Oh.
In our market? Because sometimes they don't air in every market.
It's true.
If it's good enough for Danny Masterson, it's good enough for you.
We need to
Update that.
Well, no, all the national commercials will air. It's the local ones that will change, I think, next.
I did a voiceover for a Super Bowl commercial one
did?
time. Yeah, it was for
TH Properties.
Yeah, TH Properties. Yeah, and it aired, but it was more a regional one. I think it aired in this area.
Yeah, there's
But it was still
certain
a Super Bowl
spots.
spot.
Special discounts for Scientologists.
Yeah.
This is not a commercial question. It's a question about Travis Kelce's hair. Did anybody happen to see? Does he have a birthmark on the side of his head?
I don't know.
You guys, all right, so there was
It says Tay forever.
There was some questioning about his fade choice. He got a new haircut this past week, and people were asking about the fade. He's like, I didn't invent the fade. The fade's been around for a long time. But when he was like hugging and kissing Tay on the back-ish right side of his head, he had a big old black mark there, and I couldn't tell what the hell was going on.
I didn't see a case.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was either there's like a birthmark on his head or his barber didn't do that good of a job.
I tell you what, I enjoyed watching them make out. I have to say that. And this is the dumbest reason, Kathy, and perhaps you can commiserate with my feel. They're pointing to it on the screen here, Case, here, the picture up.
I think it's just shading of his head.
Yeah, you got to see it because it's in different.
I think
texture.
Different angles and stuff like that. There's still.
Do you think Taylor enjoys having someone that she can actually look up to and wrap her arms around?
Because she's so
She's
tall.
been
so
with
tall.
a lot of like waifishes,
Right,
Like
like
the
great-
dude from the 1975,
Right, smaller guy. She's got a guy who's tall that she can reach up to, and she can tuck her head under his chin.
I think Marissa sent this out to me. Was it the Lenny Dykstra?
Oh my God!
No, I sent it
You
to
did. Who had posted, hey, Travis, did you F her yet?
No, it was
Does she F on the first
Does she
date?
have
Or she F on the first date
He's
or something
good.
like that?
He's
Yeah.
classy.
What do her T's look like or something like that?
Yeah.
Classy.
Does she have a Maddie Beaver?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There was
Listen,
a political commercial that kind of surprised me. Was the Robert Kennedy commercial? Yeah, and
he had
the
to
fact-
apologize for it.
Well, I liked the fact that they used Kennedy audio from the '60s.
I thought it was well done. So they took Bobby Kennedy's ad and inserted him in it. However, that was a super PAC that had done it without his permission.
Wait, really?
Oh, I knew it was a super PAC,
Right.
but I didn't know they did it
So
without his permission.
if you see all over social media, he's apologizing to his own family, and he's
They
saying
didn't contact the presidential candidate to run the commercial.
Don't you do that?
Like, this is a commercial for this guy. We should let him know.
Now, mind you, that could be a deflection, but that's what he's going with. I see no reason. I mean, that's a chunk of change.
I thought it was neat, the old jingle that they used, and I was like a little confused by it because I'm not used to seeing a political ad during the Super Bowl. Has there ever been one?
I'm not.
I wonder, maybe at some point.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember that, but I thought that was.
I'm Miss McConnell.
It was unique.
Want to see me pooping out?
Wow. Well, there you go. There's a whole bunch of them last night, and you know what? I went this morning and tried to find, how they were ranked, but there's like 50 different sites that have them ranked in their home way.
Even that used to be a big thing.
Yeah.
What test audiences responded best to? I think the fact that it is diluted by the early release of the commercials. Again, I don't want to be a naysayer because I get it's something big, but I just think, I don't know, a little bit of the magic is gone.
Well, I mean, listen, if this tells you anything, the guy who scored the game-winning touchdown didn't even realize he won the Super Bowl. He had no clue. He completely blacked out after him, and it's not like he took a hard hit.
By the way,
he wasn't touched at all. He completely blacked out.
Is that the new? So they were talking about the new rules of
Yeah, they each get a possession.
Right. So they each get a possession, but the first team, and as displayed last night, to score a touchdown wins. And that's why they won.
I misunderstood.
Because
because if the 49ers would have scored a touchdown on the very first possession of overtime,
They still would have gotten possession.
the referee, the way he was explaining it at the coin toss there, it sounded like even if the 49ers scored a touchdown, the Chiefs would have had an opportunity to score a touchdown. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Which was never the case before.
And Casey, the other thing I didn't know until last night was that that was just the first quarter of overtime.
Yes.
Isn't that wild?
If that had ended,
Yeah.
they would have had. There was going to be another. I guess they'd switch fields, and the Chiefs would be, try to score at the other end of the field.
Yeah, Preston, they specified when it was all done, they actually did another coin toss.
Mm-hmm.
They said that game is over.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah, essentially, the whole thing starts over again for the most part.
So all that was for nothing.
Here's what's the guy's name, Case?
Mecole Hardman.
Okay, and this is him post game.
Yeah, talking about his Super Bowl winning. I mean that is the play.
Yes.
That won the world championship for you guys.
All right, here we go.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I caught that pass and I blacked out. Hey, I didn't know what was going on until I seen Pat run into me. I'm like, oh, we just won. Okay, yeah, let's celebrate.
Yeah,
So he didn't know what was happening.
No, Pat Mahomes had to come over and go, dude, we just won the Super Bowl.
It was like when Jay Wright didn't realize that they had won. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out, and he's like, wait, we're not. Did we win?
Pop shot.
Quick thing, what did you think about the conical play, like those almost from light from heaven pouring down on the players as they were doing the replay?
As they were, when they would go through and they were pointing out, who makes it when they were re-showing the play.
Yeah.
They had a way to shine. And
found
highlight
it just-
that.
I
They've
love
been
all
doing
that
that all
stuff.
season.
No. They well, actually, I don't know. I mean, that was a CBS broadcast. I don't know how many games I watched on CBS this past year, but I mean, they definitely bring out all the stops.
All
Yeah,
the tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, anyhow, it's in the books. They're going to party in Kansas City. They got a parade coming up. It's
gonna be huge.
They showed videos from live Kansas City, which is the equivalent to live casino, not live casino, but live.
It's the same. Is the same company, same corporation?
group. Yep.
Okay.
And they were going absolutely
Do you know
insane,
what?
as you would imagine.
It's good. After Andy Reid delivered us 3 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
To see him go do it for
share
another
it in
city
another
and
city.
share it. It's only right.
Yeah.
Happy for him.
You know what I actually was thinking about is when the last time you guys drove Casey to go to the game.
Yeah.
And you stopped in Kansas City and handed out chips and snacks and stuff. I was like, that was a really cool,
Yeah.
classy, awesome thing.
Yeah, and we had a great time there. And you got that Midwest charm.
Yeah.
That
Get out of here.
No, dude, everybody was so polite. But we also didn't go in guns a-blazing. We went in with, we were trying to
And then
spread
Jack-
that brotherly love.
And they were going, Jackie Ryan.
Yeah.
I just met a man from space. I just met a spaceman.
You drive around with that guy in just middle America,
Yeah.
and everybody thinks he's a rock star.
Absolutely.
But Jackie connects to everyone.
Oh, he does.
There's no, he is as disarming and as sweet as you will find.
We'll congratulate him once again. He was inducted last night into the Mummers Hall of Fame, which he so richly deserves. So we're happy for him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyhow, that's Super Bowl 2024 recap. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back in a moment. More stuff coming up, so stick around.
Preston and Steve.
And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Real quick, Steve, I got a request from some of our YouTube fans that watch us regularly on our YouTube stream. And this is from Julie Jerkoff.
I love her.
Who emailed in, and she said, there's some upcoming birthdays in February and March. I was wondering if you could give a quick shout out, please, and a YouTube as well. So she writes, Rob, a.k.a. Dead R2D2, his birthday is today.
All right.
Otbach is February 19th. Heather's is March 7th. And the other Rob, a.k.a. Fish Rob, is March 9th. So if we could get a birthday shout out, and if Steve could do a YouTube, that the chat would surely go wild.
So this is going to do a collective. I'll do the first.
All right. And she says, love you guys, and as always, rage on, love Julie Jerkoff.
Excuse me.
Her real name is Julie Hancock.
Julie Jerkoff.
Yes, forgive
me. Kirkhoff.
Julie Jerkoff. So thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, I wanted to mention this too. I sent you guys an email. I sent the company an email, and I want to wish him the speediest of recoveries. But Bill Cashman is a guy who fills up our vending machines. And we see Bill, every other day here. He had a heart attack the other day.
Oh, my God.
Man. Yeah.
Bill's a good guy.
Yeah. So he said that it was last Friday. He was on his way to work. He said, I went from face down in a puddle in a parking lot to an ambulance and ER to operating table in less than 30 minutes. So we want to wish you the best, man. He's got another surgery that he's got coming up, but he's hanging in there. So Bill's a great guy.
It's the one thing we don't have in the vending machine is nitroglycerin pills.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you need it.
Right.
No, but he's been through some tough times. And
yes, he has.
And we wish him a speedy recovery. And speaking of that, another person who needs some help. Nick, did you get this email from the guy who's had a house fire and they have a GoFundMe set up?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so this is from Lenny. We've had him on before. He says, I am the Amtrak 188 train survivor.
Know him well, yes.
He said, we recently had a house fire, destroy everything we have.
Come on.
I know, right?
Yeah. Some people.
Said, I was hoping you could share a little fundraiser that we're doing to help us buy essentials while we are displaced. We spent the last 18 days in a hotel and just found a rental home. And so that's Lenny Knobs is his name. And so, Nick, have you posted that?
Not yet, but I will.
Okay, so we have a GoFundMe account if you would like to assist. And he said, we're just trying to get essentials.
So he was injured in this train incident, and then some people stepped up and he was able to get a bed and some things to help make his life a little bit more livable.
Yeah.
And now all that's gone.
Exactly. So
stop it.
So maybe you can assist. We'll throw that out there. And then I got this other note I thought was really, really nice. This is from listener Robert O'Neill. It says, what's up, Presbo? I want to wait. Did Getty say that same thing?
Oh, wait.
Or did he say, hey, Presbo? I don't remember. Hang on a second.
Hi, Presbo.
Oh, it was hi, Presbo. Anyway, he said, I wanted to reach out and thank you for the conversation you guys had a few weeks ago about bullying and how Nick came back in contact with the guy who bullied him. About 10 years ago, I actually came on the end of your show with RC, and you let me talk about my anti-bullying foundation, and I've always been thankful for that day. I lost my son Bailey to the hands of a schoolyard bully, and that's why I started the Battle for Bailey Foundation, and it's been going well ever since then. Said I've spoken to thousands of kids and parents about bullying and the effects that it can take on the whole family. He said that I will always have the backs of the bullied, and I respect you guys so much for the message you sent out that day. Keep up the kick-ass job you guys do, and if you ever need someone to help you with any kind of bullying issues, please shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to help out and keep it in Nooch, my friend. So that's from Rob O'Neill. So I thought that was really nice. A very cool thing.
That is very cool.
And then I wanted to mention this, too. Another guy who has stayed in touch with us regularly about his battle with brain tumors, Johnny Reagan. He got to ring the bell for his Last chemo and radiation treatment.
Oh, wow.
He gets to take 4 weeks off.
Yeah, I got to FaceTime with him at one of our Bud Light events. One of his really good friends was there, and we got to FaceTime. I think I was at the Trap Tavern when I did. That's when I saw that. I saw him ringing the bell. That just brightened my day. It just made me feel so good.
Johnny Reagan's a cool name. Too.
Yeah.
They said we'll have to his I forgot who wrote this bit of info about his situation online, but they wrote we're gonna have to wait and see what the doctors say after 4 weeks of everything off. Johnny's still not able to work, but hopefully he'll be able to at the end of March, and we'll just have to wait and see what the doctors say. So, but that's great news.
That is
That's
terrific
excellent
news.
Good luck to you, Johnny. Hang in there, buddy. Everything's working out so far.
Been a tumultuous January into February for a lot of, in many ways.
For a lot of us,
Yes, yeah.
and a lot of other people.
Yes.
There's been a lot of things going on.
You're not alone. So
Personally,
we feel it. Yeah,
and we're all feeling some strange and difficult times, or at least a lot of us are. So for those of you who are going about things and having a great time, good on you, man. I'm happy for you.
Yep. You know what, Preston?
Keep on keeping on. Yo,
we're talking about positive things here.
Oh,
right?
you have something.
I do. And Steve, I know what this is, but a listener made a trek on your behalf.
Really?
And I want you to open this live on air because I think that you'll really enjoy it. It's a present from my friend Ted and his wife Melanie. And,
wow.
So this is for you, but
It's
I'm
in
going to
the
let you open
Batman
it.
bag. That alone, Nick. I can stop
got
right
your name on
there.
it.
Is it alive?
It's not alive.
Is it dead?
It's not a kitten.
It's not an animal or a vegetable.
It's paper. Oh, it's way down the bottom. Well, it's very nice. They made a special trek for me, or just
just for you.
Just for me.
Can't wait to see what this is.
I know.
Okay, it's still wrapped. There's more
There's a
wrapped.
lot of
Do one of
records.
those YouTube unboxing videos.
I'll give you a hint. It's from overseas.
By the way, Rochelle and I now with the bags. Oh, sorry.
Preston. Abu Dhabi.
Oh!
What is it?
Oh, my God.
I can't. I just see you have a shirt. What does it say?
It says American Embassy, Abu Dhabi. Wow.
So they have a family member who made the trek to the American Embassy in Abu Dhabi specifically for you and picked up this shirt.
Oh, it's real.
It's a real shirt from Abu Dhabi from the American Embassy overseas, and they brought it back because of that damn joke that we've told a
That
billion
is
times.
sensational.
That's so
really
damn funny. Yeah.
Preston, that's I can now say when next time we do that joke, I will put on my Abu Dhabi.
Please do. Please do. Wear the appropriate clothing. What I was saying is Steve was opening that. Rochelle did this the other day, and it was wonderful. Maybe it might have been for my most recent birthday, but with the gift bags, which are a godsend over,
Oh, my God.
over
Yeah.
wrapping gifts. This time around, Rochelle didn't even put the paper in it. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Because can I now not have to put the paper in there too?
It's a waste.
Yeah. And it's
makes
just
it
a,
look nice.
and what's the point? Come on.
It makes it look nice.
Let me
They
ask
may do
you.
it.
Let me ask you a protocol
so
question,
happy.
and I know how Kathy will side on this. You get something from Amazon. All right, you're going to give it as a gift, but it's not really in a box within the Amazon box.
I know.
You have to wrap the Amazon box, correct?
You know what? That's so funny. That just happened to me. And I opened it because it had the label on it.
Right.
But when I opened it, it was the actual box. And I
Right.
was like, oh, oops.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just hand them an Amazon box.
You got to get right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's what you got to do, man.
What if you put the box in a bag
Yeah, with
Yeah.
tissue paper is fine.
without the tissue paper?
No, you have to put tissue paper.
You see, the present presents well, right, Catherine? And I do understand that. But I also understand what you're saying. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
I've got an Abu Dhabi shirt.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Preston,
You don't.
I would actually. I'm going to take that back. I'm okay with if you're within the same household, giving a gift bag with no tissue paper, because then you can save the tissue paper for the other people that you have to present a gift to.
Thank you. I did just a little room. That's all I want here. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that.
I could not adore my wife anymore. However, she will go. My wrapping job, she will unwrap it and take the tape off and save the wrapping.
Try to
One
save
at
the
a
wrapping
time
paper.
and save the
Yeah.
wrapping paper?
She'll save wrapping paper. Yeah, I mean,
Just rip it off.
Yeah. Rip it off. Most definitely. I want to throw something out there.
Okay.
I had thought about this, and we haven't really kicked about how we want to do this, but, you know, every year around Valentine's Day, the past few years, there's been a little trend. It's a little cutesy thing that, say, a veterinarian's office will do, or maybe a place that has animals. Maybe
Sure.
even zoos
The
do it
zoos do it,
sometime.
yeah.
Where they will take people's exes' names and they will write them on there, and maybe one of the animals will poop on the
Right.
on the name.
It's cute.
It's cute. It's
just a little bit of passive aggressive revenge.
Agreed. I thought we could do our own version of that, but one that will guarantee that your ex has received the treatment that you want them to receive. And, because an animal may or may not plop their waste on top of
There's no guarantee.
name written on the paper.
There's no guarantee.
But what if we were to take exes' names from our listeners, write them on toilet paper, and have Casey literally wipe his ass with them?
Oh my gosh, guys, I poop every day.
I know you do.
The question
That's
is,
why I thought you'd be perfect for this.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll work out great because there's more certainty to it. With your recent fiber intake and everything, are you streaky or are you?
No, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. As a matter of fact,
for consideration, you want to cover as many names as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can try and stack the deck as well. I can start taking some Miralax.
But no matter what, it will the toilet paper will end up in a toilet with feces right there, all as gathered together as you flush it. So it will definitely happen.
This was Kathy's idea, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah,
this is
she didn't
another
want to take
terrible
credit
idea.
for it. So I'm sorry, Kath.
This is another terrible idea, like the poop knife.
Right.
Hey, will those who send in their names? Will we send them complimentary photos?
Oh my God.
Of the actual matter, no. No, but I mean, we could, write the name down and send them that.
Right.
Yeah.
Send
Dude,
them
I
sort
have
of,
so much toilet paper in my office right now. If you guys
Lucky
remember,
you.
well, I mean, it's for everybody. Okay.
The paper here is not the best paper.
Well, no. What I have is it's got toilet paper. If you remember when the offices were under construction.
Oh yes, yes.
And what was the guy's name? Tom, the painter. We were always fighting for bathroom time because
Right.
the construction workers were also using the bathrooms as well. And I guess maybe we're complaining about the toilet paper. Well, they left me a whole bunch of toilet. So I still have. I mean, I have a whole bunch. I'll go get it. Hang on a second.
So, all right, and call right now if you'd like us to put your ex's name on the list. We'll start taking names. 215-263-WMMR.
How many names?
I don't know. See, I don't know I'm not sure what what's the word I'm looking for? Popularity.
Response?
The response would be from something like this. So I kind of want to take it up for a spin. I'm sorry to throw this right on you guys like this, but Valentine's Day is day after tomorrow, and we'd have to do it on Valentine's Day, I would think, right? 215-263-WMMR if you want us to add the name to the list, and we don't need last names.
No.
We could do first name and last name initial maybe. Or do we want to stay away from that?
No, let's do the last name initial. Okay. Yeah, to specify because then it's too generic otherwise.
Yeah. And why? 215-263-WMMR.
We got some toilet paper here.
Is it easily written on? You'll use a felt pen, I assume?
Yeah, I think maybe I'll use...
Be careful you don't want...
this is one ply. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that is one ply.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you can see right through that.
Yeah, how sexy.
You're going to be able to try writing a name on there. Why don't you, let's do, I don't know, Teresa.
Okay. Is that with an H?
Yeah.
Is that Burnt Rubber Girl?
That is.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that works.
It works.
Is it and it bleeds?
It bleeds through.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be.
You don't want to get, if it gets in your hiney hole, that could be problematic.
Well, that's why
we're not worried about
now.
that.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Dude, you have a tattoo on your taint.
But the thing is, Steve, so it goes right through the paper.
Oh, no, I see what you're saying. Yes. So, no, here's the difference. When you fill it out, you don't fill it out on, you roll it out.
On top of some paper or something.
And that's
like
all you have to do.
Yeah.
And then it won't seep through.
I like that you're a problem solver like that.
I am. I worked on the Manhattan Project.
All right. Casey's also writing in ballpoint. Does that work?
That works better.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever you like. Your ass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
as it says in the good book.
Yes, it does. Yeah, no. I just think in order to not have to go through, because listen, how many plies did this Teresa go through? Went through a few.
Yeah.
By the way,
4 plies.
How many plies do we get up to in the world of toilet paper? 2 ply is all I ever hear of.
Yeah, me too.
I assume once you're doing up to 4 ply, it's a quilt, right?
Yeah, that would be too much. At some point, it becomes
bed sheet.
Too billowy.
Right.
You know what I mean? To get to effectively work.
Yeah.
But then if you don't have enough, then you can break your finger and it goes through.
Yeah, if you're wiping your ass with a car mat.
Yeah.
It's a little thick.
All right, should I take some calls?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
I have 3 testicles.
Hey!
All right, Kevin, who's your ex?
I had 3 testicles.
My ex-wife, Erin.
All right, Aaron, last initial?
M.
M as in
Aaron.
as in mine. Okay. And how long have you guys been apart?
Been separated 3 years. We were married 10 years. Still makes my life a living hell.
All right.
Just tumultuous, and again, in this subtle, non-violent way, you're just sending a little bit of karma into the universe. Is that how you're seeing
Exactly.
this? All right.
I don't mean any harm on her.
Absolutely.
I got it.
No.
Just a little poop on her.
Just a little
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
That's all.
There you go.
Appreciate it, bud. All right. We'll go next to Josh. Hey, Josh. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, buddy. All right. Who's your ex that we put on the toilet paper roll?
So it's actually my daughter's mom. Her name is Jordan.
Okay. Jordan, and it says here S as in Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, just a subtle way of just clearing a little bit off your mental plate, and you guys are obviously, it's a little tumultuous between you two, or you just explain the situation as it stands right now.
So where it stands right now, we've been on and off, short story, on and off since like 2009.
All right.
And then just recently, within the past, I guess 2.5 years or so, I finally found my soulmate. And she doesn't like that too much. And she likes to hold our daughter
as a pawn. Oh, you can't do that. That's bad.
All right. She's on the roll, Josh. Thanks, bud.
I'm hoping
Appreciate
for
it.
diarrhea for you, buddy.
Right.
Not me. I hope it's nice and solid, about 2-foot cable.
Let me go to Joe. Hey, Joe.
How you doing?
Good, buddy. What's up, man?
Not much. I'd like to add a name to the list.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Stephanie.
All right.
Last initial D.
D. And is this a girlfriend or spouse?
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife. That's going to be a common theme, I think.
I wonder
Thanks, buddy.
if this act might actually win someone back.
Yeah,
Someone might go, how romantic.
I never knew.
Oh, my God.
That it was that.
Did you hear what he did?
Our former relationship is so important to you.
He's so fart.
Let me go to Brittany. Hi, Brittany. Good morning.
Yo, ever heard of jerkmate?
Yeah. All right, Brittany, you want us to add a name to the list on the toilet paper that Casey will wipe his ass with?
Okay, so it's a nickname that I gave behind his back.
Oh, beautiful.
His name is Allergy Joe.
Allergy Joe.
Allergy Joe. Okay.
And so was Joe always sneezing and wheezing, or how did he earn the allergy moniker?
He was allergic to gluten, eggs, and nuts. And that's not to say I'm against anybody who's allergic to foods and stuff like that.
But in this case, you'll make an exception and be against him.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Brittany. Appreciate it. All right, we'll go to a couple. Some of these we're going to have to, this is going to be too many. We're going to have to take, You want
to do 10?
Yeah, we'll do 10 now, 10,000, and then maybe you can text in case he can add stuff. I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
His handwriting's nice.
Mike, you there? All right. All right, Mike, who you want to add to the roll?
I want to put my soon-to-be ex-wife on there, Erica P.
Erica P.
Is that with a C or a K?
With E-R-I-C-A.
E-R-I-C-A.
Erica,
All right.
yeah.
Done. We got it, Mike. Thank you. I'm going to rifle through these real quick rather than hear everybody's story. I'm going to go to JoJo next. Hi, JoJo.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. All right, JoJo, who's going on the list?
Ralph D.
Ralph D.
Got it.
All right. Got it, JoJo. Thank you very much. All right, we'll continue this. Write down the names, if you would, in the other room. And,
Operators are standing by.
Yeah, because otherwise this is going to take up too much time. But I think ceremonially,
Yeah, ceremonially.
we can do something to,
and it's not violent. It's just something that they won't even know about, but it might make you feel a little bit better.
Absolutely.
It'll certainly make you feel better, Casey.
Yeah.
Get all that matter out of you.
All right, so Casey's, the people that are on hold right now, Casey's jotting those down. So we don't need to take any more calls right now. But maybe between now and Wednesday, we'll be able to add a few more people to the list. I wanted to tell you guys about this. Maybe you saw this or not, but our friend from the great state of Delaware, Senator Chris Coons, on Friday posted a selfie with his doppelganger. I had never seen this, but German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and he look almost 100% identical to each other. And he posted they were at some event, and it was they were at some event and they were together, and he posted a picture of the two of them smiling together. Is that the two of them, Nick?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Because there's one where they look just like each other that he posted. Yeah, we're looking.
They look pretty close.
We're looking at a picture.
Yeah.
They're pretty damn close. Same eyes.
Same hair, or less.
The mouth is just slightly different.
Just a bit, but I bet you they could pass. I bet you they could be confused.
Yeah. Apparently they're the same. They're the same height and the whole thing. So
Have you ever met someone who's or have you ever been told and then later to meet someone who supposedly looks exactly like you?
I've never been in the same room with someone, but somebody sent me a picture the other day of a guy, and I'm telling you, even me, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. This guy looks exactly like me in like 15 years from now.
Wow.
He was an older version of me. And you know what? I didn't save it. I meant to send it to you guys, and I totally forgot about it.
Future Preston. I'm here to warn you.
And I will have to see if I can find that, because I held on to it.
Don't play golf on March 5th, 2027.
I've got so many different emails that I never delete, and I don't know where the hell it is, but I'll have to try and find that.
Remember that picture of the woman on a box of diapers years ago? And I mean, I looked at it, and someone was like, "Is this you?" And I looked at it, and I was like, "It is," but I never did a diaper shoot. I couldn't believe how much. I honestly thought they could have lifted a photo of me.
It's crazy sometimes.
Oh my God. Found it.
Can I see?
Let's see.
Yep. All right, let me see if I can zoom in on this.
And you'll be holding it up to us, and you can see it on the YouTube. We'll put it up online as well.
Apologize, but it's me. Probably in like 15 or 20 years.
Holy hell!
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
you.
Right?
For sure.
Dude.
That is what I'm going to look like when I'm older.
That's weird.
I mean, that is spot
It's really weird. It's freaky.
Like your eyes and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The beard, the glasses, the whole thing.
And what brand of diapers is that for?
Right? I'm trying to look like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has the same eyes. He's got like
Same
the
eyes.
down crease I have in the corners of my eyes.
That's insane.
Which, by the way, have you ever tried to, on a video game where you get to create your own avatar,
Yes.
have you ever tried to create yourself?
Yes, all the time.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
I've never even gotten
I'm
close.
easy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get the bald head and everything, but still, the actual facial features, it's always a bit uncanny valley to me.
Well, because you see yourself different.
You do. There, when I was in, was it junior high or maybe even a bit younger, there was a cover, it might have been Highlights magazine.
Yeah.
There was a student on the cover of that magazine, and everyone swore it was me. And it did look exactly like me.
By the way, this guy wanted to.
I had to kill that guy.
The picture. He's like, "Could you give me a shout out on the air?" His name was Mike Ball. That's the guy who sent me that photo. But that was.
We'll give him a shot.
I was like, that was a little freaky, seeing myself look like that.
I wonder if he has a burnt rubber girl in his past.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Somebody had some stinky nether regions. I don't know. All right. I know we have to take a break here in just a second, but
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, please do.
All right, because somebody sent this to me on the interwebs a couple of weeks ago, and the dude was like, he's like, I couldn't help but think of you when I saw this. And it was like these podcasters from England. And this guy asked a question, and when he asked it, I was like, oh my God, that is such a question that I would ask. Let me ask you guys this.
Okay.
All right. How many owls would it take for you to see in one day for you to start to think, what the hell's going on?
That's a great question.
3.
Right? Okay, so when you see the second owl, you'd be like,
Wow, that's weird.
that's weird. I saw
And then
Yes.
3, I'd be like, something's
Third.
going on.
Okay.
I can't believe I answered that question.
Depends on where you are in life.
Okay.
If you work in a zoo.
Yeah. No. This is in the wild.
If you are actually, if you don't ever get outside a lot,
Yeah.
one
we're
is
talking-
going to get it done for me.
You're talking like you're just a normal person,
Walking around.
doesn't work at a zoo.
Right. Doesn't work at the owletarium.
Right.
You could say the same thing for mimes.
Yeah.
That's the second time mimes came up today.
I know. That was off air, but
That was off air.
Yeah, but what's something that you just don't see that often?
Right.
That
You
if you
hardly
saw
ever
several
see
times. in one
owls. Are
day.
just that's a rare occurrence.
You see much rarer owl mimes.
They're nocturnal.
There was a I feel like it was like about a week. In my old house,
owl week.
Yes, because there was an owl that hung out in my neighbor's tree, and it was a large pine tree. So, and it just was every day I would come home and I would get out of the car and I would look up. I'm like, he's still there.
Hi, Casey.
The owl's still there, and he was there for about a week, and then he was gone.
By the way, so we're going off on another sub-tangent here, but have you ever met someone who is mortified of owls?
Oh my God, my cousin.
Like really? Terrified of owls.
Hates them. When we went to the Elmwood Park Zoo, there, there's just like a little area where there's a few owls in a little cage.
But not like classic horror movie, haunted up in the tree. Just at a zoo or just
Steve,
terrified of owls.
At the zoo, it was so cute, and I with the kids, I'm like, okay, come on, let's look at the owls, and she was like, oh hell no, and like walked around all the way around, and I was like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? And she's like, how do you not know after this many years that I hate owls? So now, of course, every owl picture item, I found a coloring book. I send it directly to her.
A friend of mine is the same way. And
I bet it's because of the rotating head.
That's it. And also they're sort of wide-eyed, sort of, I find them
I think they're
beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think they're amazing.
I would love to see.
Love to kiss one.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the last time I've actually seen an owl.
I want to kiss you.
In the wild.
I saw one near Jack Frost a few winters ago, and it was just in a tree on the side of the road, but it was daytime, and but it was only one, Casey, so it didn't. I mean, it was really neat, and I was impressed by it, but it didn't strike me as overly weird.
I would see an owl when I would hike the Wasaken particular trail, way up high in this particular tree, and loud. But just amazing. Yeah.
Well, all right. So
where do the owls hang out?
Yeah. Where do they all hang out? Like, where is there
a new owl in town? Where's a good owl bar?
Have you seen that footage of the owl and they just, you can't hear them flying at all? It's fascinating.
Yeah, they have these super sensitive mics set up and they have these various birds of prey fly over the microphones and you can hear them flapping. And then they have the owl, I don't know what particular kind of owl, it flies over and you hear nothing. For whatever reason, aerodynamically, they don't make any noise. It's really freaky.
Have you seen, I'm this world, the world of predatory birds and owls, hawks, falcons, peregrine falcons. There's a video of two teenagers standing face to face, not that far apart. I mean, they're pretty close. And this larger, it's an eagle, I believe, flies in, is trained to fly, and tilts its body in such a way that it passes between both of them without touching either one of them. It's astonishing, the precision.
Imagine thinking that birds weren't cool.
Right.
I don't know if anyone in this room.
There was a birds of prey show we used to go to at this place called Grant's Farm in St. Louis, and they would you'd be sitting in this small kind of a like stadium seating area, and
like a Sibian.
No, not like a Sibian. And so they would bring out these, falcons and owls and all these birds of prey. And they would have their trainers standing in the back. And so the owls would fly, or any of these birds of prey would fly over, and I mean just inches over your head.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And they would fly across the whole audience that way, and then they'd fly to the trainer in the back and get their treat and everything. But they would tell everybody, now, don't freak out.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do this. And you just need to remain still.
Yeah.
Just stay still. And they can whisk right within, just inches of catching.
Do you know one of my favorite parts of it, like visiting SeaWorld in California, the San Diego SeaWorld, and obviously SeaWorld has its issues. But I was always more fascinated with the bird show, and they had a peregrine falcon. They think the fastest creature on Earth, I believe.
Yep.
Hovering up, they had a balloon holding its enclosure up well above, a couple of 100 feet up in the air, and the guy, throws like a mouse head or something, and this bird blows out of that container. Locks onto the thing in midair, wham, and gets it. It's just astonishing.
Yeah. Hang on, we have Danielle is a falconer.
Hey!
Hi, Danielle. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. What's up, guys?
Yo, just curious about what you do.
Ever had a falcon, mate?
So I actually perform at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. Back in the 2022 season, I was the performing falconer.
Awesome.
I've worked with multiple species. I did the trick you were talking about where you fly a bird in between two people. The smallest gap I've ever done is 6 inches with a bird who has a 3-foot wingspan.
Whoa.
Even though this is what you do, Preston, here's the footage. Watch this. It's in the screen here in the studio. And then, boom, it's amazing. After all the times you've done it, does it lose any impact to see them pull that off, Danielle?
Oh, never. It's absolutely amazing. Like, these birds, they love what they do. They want to show off like that. And, like, I've had them fly between guys' legs. We had them go between hoops before for you.
Do you get a sense, like, as we would with, I mean, obviously all animals have their different things and birds. And do you get a sense of affection and, you know, I don't know, whatever you want to describe it, you know, there's like a bond between you and them?
Some of them, they are just like any other animal or person. They all have their own personalities. So I have some birds that were absolute love bugs. I have some birds that will work for me and fly like a champ. But given the chance, they'd like to rip my arm off.
Yeah. Do they? Can you do crossbreeding with birds? Like, could you make an alkin?
You probably couldn't make an alkin. There is some crossbreeds in falcons. So a lot of people who fly like peregrine crossbreeds, it's pretty common in the sport.
Could you make an owl ray? An owl and a stingray. We heard a story earlier about a shark ray.
Oh, one's a mammal.
It doesn't matter. When you're horny, you're horny.
Yeah, but for owls, their silent flight is actually a fringe that they have on the topmost outer feathers of their wings. So it breaks up the air, which allows them to fly so silently.
And obviously, this is not good news for their prey.
Wait, explain that one more time, Danielle. I'm sorry.
They have almost like a comb-like structure, like a hair comb, that is on the outer edge of their flight feathers. So when they flap, they're actually breaking the wind up, so you won't hear that kind of same flapping noise from other birds.
What's the largest bird you've dealt with, Danielle?
A Eurasian eagle owl is the one I dealt with most recently. He's got about a 6.5-foot wingspan. Wow. And I have carried a bald eagle who has a 7-foot wingspan.
They're amazing. They're just gorgeous creatures.
So, Danielle, how many owls would it take for you to see them one day? Just not at work. You're just kind of chilling around and
in the wild,
and you see how many owls before you start to think something's going on here?
I would say probably at least 3 or 4. Then I would become suspicious.
What if you are driving, say you're driving to go to a family function and you're by yourself, and as you're driving along, you see the same owl hitchhiking.
Okay.
Every couple of miles. Would you assume that you had died in a car wreck and he was trying to tell you?
Probably. They're not the fastest flyers. So.
No, yeah, there you go. So that alone would be disturbing. The fastest is the peregrine falcon, correct?
Danielle. Oh, I'm sorry.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Danielle, do you ever do anything indoors with those animals?
I personally haven't. I'm mostly an assistant for the different companies that I've worked for, but they do indoor shows. Some of the birds that I've helped train have gone down to SeaWorld and such performances like you were talking about.
Could you do something in a very large tent in a parking lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to call my boss and ask him, but we've done it before.
I want to get your information. Yes. You never know. There might be some kind of cool little application we could do at Camp Out for Hunger.
And get some of those medieval vixens too, Preston.
Oh, yes. That's the Renaissance Fair is awesome for that. All right, Danielle, thank you. I'm going to put you on hold, okay?
Of course. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
So cool. Yeah. I always have wanted to get into that realm. I told you one of the great losses of my life was my styrofoam falcon that I lost.
That's right. Yeah. But I mean, the idea of training an animal like that, I mean, that's the amount of work has to be ridiculous.
Just teaching them cursive.
Yeah. Eagles games, you know, when they're doing the Star Spangled Banner, they let that eagle out. They tried that at the Bears game one time and
killed. Yeah.
3 fans for life.
Yeah.
Lost it that day, unfortunately. But all right. Well, anyhow, we need to take a break because we got some bizarre file stories that we're going to go away. By the way, Marissa whipped this together in true Marissa fashion. Preston and Steve want you to wipe away your ex. And all you have to do is go to PrestonandSteve.com, submit your ex's name on the form, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll write it on the toilet paper. Casey will do what needs to be done with that toilet paper on Wednesday.
If we can have someone supply that morning bran muffins and coffee,
we'll get something together. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break, come back in a second. Like I said, bizarre file stories, good ones on the way. Stay with us.
Traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, let us do the B-file. We got to run at that now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, we're going to dive right into it. A 32-year-old San Jose man was arrested on suspicion of making and selling narcotics out of his donut shop in the city. Yeah.
Donuts are good.
Luis Carrillo Molleda is accused of running the drug operation. He is the owner of Yum Yum Donuts.
What was in that donut? I killed my family with an axe.
Yum Yum. And authorities executed a search warrant at the suspect's home and place of business, recovered various illegal narcotics manufacturing parts, cash, unregistered firearm, and ammunition.
Yeah, 100 dozen, please.
The illegal narcotics that were made and sold are known as 2C, pink cocaine, Pantera Rosa, or Pink Panther.
That all sounds weird.
A new synthetic drug that's made from a mixture of ketamine, MDMA, methamphetamine, cocaine, and opioids.
Wow, that sounds powerful.
Doctors at Valley Medical Center said that they have not seen any patients come in from overdosing on the new drug, but added that it is a dangerous mixture.
I'll have 2 glazed Mr. Brownstones, please.
A Florida man has been arrested after he was accused of stealing a small plane on Thursday, ditching it on the beach near Half Moon Bay and walking away. A witness told authorities the pilot left after landing the small plane at Poplar Beach around 5 p.m. The plane remained in the area Thursday night while crews worked to remove it. And video shows a small plane with its nose in the sand. Ryan Gross said Thursday night that she was walking on the beach with her dad and dog when she noticed a plane flying low. She said it came around and down to the beach. It was flying real low. It landed, sort of, and the tail started to nose and plunge into the sand. He hopped out. He said, ran out of gas, and walked off.
Here, you want this plane?
The man was later taken into custody by deputies. Authorities identified him as Luis Gustavo Aries of Miami, and according to the sheriff's office, the small plane was reported stolen from a Palo Alto airport. This is the second. We had another one last week.
Clearly, this guy had some sort of ability to fly. You can't, right? You just riff it.
Yeah, he could. He knew what he was doing, but crazy. All right, listen to this. This is great. Volunteers scraped up 50 pounds of gum from under the seats of the Red Rocks Amphitheater last year.
Whoa. 50
pounds of gum. The benches, this is according to the Friends of Red Rock. They wrote on a Facebook post, the benches look so amazing and clean. The group works to preserve the magic of Red Rocks, and for the past 3 years have been removing the gum from under the benches at the park.
I always find that, like, when places have, like, the gum wall, or here, they have the gum tree. I find it disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't spit gum out anywhere except for into a trash can.
Yeah.
Volunteers spend 3 hours on the last Saturday of every month helping rangers clean up the trails, pick up the trash, and scrape up the gum. Pia Valerina, a volunteer, said gum is not even permitted inside the amphitheater. But how do you prevent that? People have it in their purses, in their pockets. We hope that people will chew responsibly and put it in a paper and not to stick it under the seats.
I don't think I've ever seen a place that bars gum from coming into a... Right? I mean, it's like barring breath mints.
Volunteers even find gum during the winter months when there are no shows going on at the venue.
Do you know what I'd do? I'd bring Razzles in as candy and then chew it into gum inside, because they wouldn't know. They can't determine.
That's true. And by the way, you can swallow your gum if you don't want to stick it somewhere like that.
Can you swallow 50 pounds?
You can. You probably can't swallow 50 pounds, but maybe it all adds up to that. So, all right, how about this? An Oklahoma judge, is a follow-up story, agreed to step down Friday after she was caught sending hundreds of texts from the bench while overseeing a murder trial and the killing of a 2-year-old boy, including messages that mocked prosecutors and were sprinkled with emojis. District Judge Tracy Soderstrom had agreed to not seek judicial office again in Oklahoma under a proposed settlement agreement with the Oklahoma Court on the Judiciary. She had faced removal from the bench over accusations that included gross neglect of duty, oppression in office, lack of proper temperament, and failure to supervise her office. Soderstrom said in her resignation letter, "I promise to uphold the Constitution in a fair, even-handed, and efficient manner. I believe that I have done so. However, being human, I have also faltered." Oklahoma Supreme Court Chief Justice John Kane IV recommended that she be removed following an investigation that found she mocked prosecutors, laughed at the bailiff's comment about a prosecutor's genitals, praised the defense attorney, and called the prosecutor's key witness a liar during the murder trial of Kirsten Tyler Martzal.
I would feel underserved by that judge.
Security video showed Soderstrom texting or messaging for minutes at a time during the jury selection, opening statements, and testimony during the trial.
Wow.
She took office last year, voluntarily suspended herself in October. The judge's text during Martzal's trial on a charge of killing his girlfriend's 2-year-old son included saying that the prosecutor is, quote, sweating through his coat. The text described the defense attorney as awesome and asked, can I clap for her? During the defense attorney's opening arguments. In all, Soderstrom sent more than 500 texts.
It's insane. And
to
we're
her
looking
bailiff.
at a shot, one of the very shots you're talking about. She's watching our show on YouTube.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's allowed.
Can we go easy on her then a little bit?
So. There's got to be some wiggle room.
She was, by the way, Martzal was eventually convicted of second-degree manslaughter and sentenced to time served in that case. All right, and then one last story, and then we will wrap it up. Let's go with this one. A Good Samaritan who stopped to see if the drivers involved in a crash on I-95 were all right, got a shock last Wednesday when a New Jersey motorist allegedly stole the passersby car.
Ah, you bastard.
A white Ram pickup truck was traveling in the right southbound lane of 95 in Newark, Delaware on Wednesday when it was rear-ended by a red Toyota RAV4.
What a day I'm having.
Concerned passerby stopped to check on the drivers for injuries. While the passerby was doing that, the driver of the RAV4, a 54-year-old Woodbridge man, hopped into the Good Samaritan's Mercury Mountaineer and fled southbound on the highway. Troopers arrived after the Mercury was gone. The New Jersey man and the stolen Mountaineer were located in Maryland by officers. He was taken into custody. Once he is extradited to Delaware, he'll be charged with a felony count of theft of a motor vehicle and multiple traffic violations. And that's all I have in the bizarre file for you now. All right, Case, I believe I have 2 slots left for Galentine's Day. It's tomorrow, Rivers Casino. We are headed to Jack's Bar and Grill. That's where we will be. If you would like to go, be caller number 10 or 11 at 215-263-WMMR. You have to be at least 21 years of age. First drink is complimentary. We have a buffet that's taking place, and we have a really cool bracelet making activity with Marinella Jewelry in Delco. And your chance to win some other things while we're there. In fact, they've given us a whole list of really cool prizes to give away. We're going to be... we're going to have Jack's vouchers. We're going to have free slot play. We have vouchers for Materano's Prime.
Nice.
And an overnight stay at River Suites and $150 to Materano's as well.
Have you seen the pictures of these suites?
No.
They're pretty friggin' awesome.
We're going to get a chance to check them out tomorrow. They're setting us up with some suites as kind of a staging area. And
the
stuff.
food at Jack's is supposed to be really wonderful.
And we'll indoctrinate you into the fold of the Sisters of Pi, Zeta Heta Pi. Our sorority. So we'll take those callers now, 215-263-WMMR. We will see you tomorrow night there. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in just a second. Lesson, question, trash, and music news on the way. On this Monday morning, don't miss that letter of the day coming up at the end of the program because we have a Lawny pass for you. All right, that's Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. That's going to every single show this summer. In the lawn, you will have seats for that.
Is Lawny named after the Lawny, the Hindu god of concerts?
That must be it. But you got to keep track of the letters. All right, so we'll get the first letter coming up at the end of the program. We'll have 5 by the end of the week. Makes a word, and then you win if you identify the right caller to get in. So don't miss the opportunity. Today's lesson question prize is a $50 What a Crock Meals to Go gift card. If you can answer this question correctly, you win it. That question is, because of Ice Spice, our show is now what? 215-263-WMMR. Call if you know. Because of Ice Spice, our show is now what? 215-263-WMMR. Call if you know.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, we'll get the stories, then we'll get your answers. Steve, what's going on this morning?
Well, 2 men attempted to break into Jada Pinkett Smith's L.A. house while she was inside. Luckily, after Will Smith moved into his own home years ago, Jada replaced him with an attack cuck.
Oh.
Ryan Seacrest and Vanna White were seen on a Waikiki beach filming new episodes of Wheel of Fortune. because the Hawaiian-centric episodes feature a lot of local words, vowels had to be shipped in from the mainland.
Oh, my God.
And finally, Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello finalizing the divorce after 6 months of arbitration. As per the final agreement, she will retain their Malibu estate, while he will keep a name no one can pronounce.
All righty, we are looking for someone who happens to know because of Ice Spice. Our show is now So What? 215-263-WMMR. We're going to go to Eddie, see if he knows. Hi, Eddie. Morning.
Good morning.
All right, Eddie, because of Ice Spice, our show is now So What?
Fart.
So fart. You got it, Eddie. Hang on. We are going to give you a $50 What a Crock meal to go gift card, and What a Crock's delicious ready-made meals make dinner easy for anyone. You just drop a meal into your slow cooker the morning, and in that morning, and then you come home to dinner waiting for you. Is this the HBO music?
Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Dickhead. All right, a lot of music news today. Some days are pretty empty, some are full. This is a full one, and we're going to start with the fact that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has announced a genre-spanning set of nominees for the class of 2024.
Okay.
Among the rookie entries are 3 acts that are long considered some of the great snubs over the years, and those 3 are Foreigner, Peter Frampton, and Cher.
I think someone's going to correct some mistakes.
I like that. I love
cold as ice.
all 3 of those performers
that's Foreigner.
being up for it. Yeah, so.
You're as cold as ice.
So Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Cher. Now also joining them are other first-timers, Ozzy Osbourne. Wow. Now he's in with Black Sabbath.
Yes,
already a
there.
solo artist. Then you have Oasis, Lenny Kravitz, Sinead O'Connor, and then we get into the pop side of things because they always throw a few little interesting names in there. But Mariah Carey, Sade,
I love Sade,
and Kool and the Gang are all up for that, and I love Kool and the Gang. So the remaining nominees have all been nominated at least once. That's the Dave Matthews Band, Mary J. Blige, Jane's Addiction, hip-hop acts Eric B. and Rakim, and also A Tribe Called Quest.
I'm predicting Dave Matthews Band and Tribe Called Quest get in this year.
Okay, and definitely Peter Frampton, I think. So public voting has been open at vote.rockhall.com, and fans are permitted to vote for 7 nominees once per day. And the results will be talked into one additional ballot to be continued or counted amongst those cast by professional music industry voters during the next few months. The inductees are all expected to be announced during late April. The acts are eligible to be nominated 25 years after the release of their first recording. So yeah, that's the group that's up for nomination.
That Frampton Comes Alive album. I didn't know anyone who did not have that album.
Yeah,
it was just so effing good.
Speaking of Ozzy, he slammed Kanye West for sampling one of his performances without permission, and he's not the only one. The rapper hosted a listening party in Chicago on Thursday night for Vultures, his long gestating album with Ty Dolla $ign. One of the tracks featured a sample of the Black Sabbath song War Pigs from Ozzy's 1983 solo performance at the US Festival. In his angry, all-caps post, the Ozman said that he would never allow Kanye to use one of his recordings and had denied permission when asked. Osbourne said he refused to let West sample the recording, quote, because he is an anti-Semite and has caused untold heartache to many. The former Black Sabbath frontman declared, "I want no association with this man." And Kanye's been under fire for making anti-Semitic comments since the fall of 2022. Of course, we've been aware of that stuff. But also, the estate of Donna Summer shared that Kanye used a song without permission. They wrote, Kanye West asked permission to use Donna Summer's song, I Feel Love, which is a great song, and he was denied the statement rest. He changed the words, had someone re-sing it or used AI, but it's I Feel Love, And then they wrote copyright infringement.
Well, he's looking at some lawsuits.
Yep.
A good lawyer.
Well, he probably doesn't care.
He probably doesn't care.
Yeah, so...
coming after you, Mae West.
We will see where this goes. The Black Keys dropped a second track off of their upcoming album, a remake of I Forgot to Be Your Lover. The William Bell and Booker T. Jones written song, recorded first by Bell in 1968, was a top 10 hit for Billy Idol in 1986. And their version
that's a great song.
Yeah, more like the songwriter's version. The other songs on the album feature collaborations among the bands Dan Auerbach and Patrick Carney with various artists like Beck, Noel Gallagher, Greg Kurstin, and others.
Any idea how the original goes? Because I do dig the Billy Idol version.
No, I don't. I know that Billy Idol song, but I can't say that I've ever heard the original one done by William Bell. Dream Theater is in the studio recording their 16th album, their first, with co-founding drummer Mike Portnoy in 15 years.
First person to ever introduce me to Dream Theater was our own imaging genius, Zach.
Yeah. Portnoy, who rejoined last October, started the band in 1985 with guitarist John Petrucci and bassist John Young, and he played on 10 albums over a 20-year period. Petrucci, who was just 18 when he met Portnoy at Berklee College of Music, said having him back in the band is really special to all of us, and I know he's really excited as well. So they have started recording. Some people get their groove back, but John Bon Jovi is getting his voice back. The musician is celebrating a win 19 months after surgery to repair his damaged vocal cords. He said the upcoming 4-part Hulu documentary called Thank You Goodnight, the Bon Jovi story, he said one of my vocal cords had literally atrophied.
Wow.
Fortunately, I found a surgeon who was able to do this really cutting-edge implant to build the cord back up. It's still in the process, he said. While the documentary was being filmed, the singer was less sure that he would ever be able to sing professionally again. He said, I say in the film, if I just have my tools back and the rest of it I can do, I can write you a song, I can perform as well as anybody.
Has anybody seen that documentary? I hear it's very good.
Is it out yet?
That's a good question.
I think it's coming out soon.
Why are they holding out on us?
So anyhow, as he performed just as well as anybody last week at the annual Music Cares Gala ahead of the Grammy Awards, where he was the honoree. He said, Friday night is the first time that I've sung. Saturday is the first time I've woken up without multiple voices in my head.
Wow. That's amazing stuff. Good for him.
So he deals with a lot of hard truths in Thank You, a warts and all account of the 40 years of his rock band that relies extensively on interviews from the members rather than talking heads. He said, one thing that we agreed on day one was this was not going to be a VH1 puff piece. He said they had to tell the truth. This had to have all the warts in it in order to tell the truth. That includes interviews with departed guitarist and co-songwriter Richie Sambora, although not with founding bassist Alec John Such. He had passed away in 2022. But if anyone had anything too truthful to say, John didn't say or didn't ask for it to be removed. He said without arguing over editorial stuff and letting the director do his thing, there were some punches in the nose, he said, of his bandmates' interviews, but he said, but I got over it. The series covers the band's past. Bon Jovi is also looking to his future as his recovery continues, and the band is set to release a new album this year. So is that out now,
nope.
Nick?
It's out on April 26th. It's on Hulu domestically and internationally on Disney+.
The word in advance is that, what you just said, they're not pulling any punches.
Yep. Two more quick things. CBS is embracing the Piano Man. Ahead of the Super Bowl, the network announced that it would stream Billy Joel's 100th concert at Madison Square Garden on Sunday, April 14th at 9 p.m.
Cool.
The 2-hour special, titled The 100th, Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden, the greatest run of all time, marks the first time a Billy Joel concert will air on a broadcast network. It will be filmed at his March 28th show and will also be available to stream live and on demand on Paramount+. And the news comes after Billy is set to end his MSG residency this July with his 150th career performance at the New York Arena. His first came in 1978, headlined the venue for his first time. In early 2014, he began a monthly residency as MSG's first music franchise and has sold out every single show since.
Just amazing. And so CBS is going to present this live?
Mm-hmm.
And it's followed by...
not live. Well, it's It says it'll stream it, so yeah, I guess so. So he's shrewdly changed up his set list from performance to performance and recruited special guests like Tony Bennett, Bruce Springsteen, and Olivia Rodrigo. So that's wild, man, that he still draws like that. It's amazing.
And he wrote that new song, which is a solid, perfectly Billy Joel.
And last thing I want to mention, tomorrow morning here on MMR, we'll have new Pearl Jam to play for you.
Yeah!
Yeah. We'll try to fit that in a couple times before the show is up. So haven't heard it yet, no idea. So we will find out together.
I think you're going to like it.
Thank you, Ed. We will have new Pearl Jam for you tomorrow morning.
Jackie's debuting it tonight at midnight.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
you get a sneak peek of it.
He was just inducted into the Moments Hall of Fame.
That sure was. But yeah, midnight tonight, and then we'll play tomorrow morning as well.
All right, fabulous. All right, that's the last item in music news. We're going to take a quick break. Come back in a second. We will wrap up the program. Stick around for the letter of the day, word of the week. We'll be right back. It's Monday morning. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We enjoyed the conversation. We got great stuff to give away throughout the course of the week. And just a helpful reminder, you'll want to keep track of the letters of the day for the Word of the Week prize. Is really solid thing that we have a chance to win. We'll get Pierre in here in a second to get the letter of the day. But no guests to run through other than you. Thank you for your calls. We do appreciate that. And we'll have Galentine's Day tomorrow night. We're looking forward to that whole thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah.
It's been a while.
Other than that, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I want to mention before we go. No, we just got to do the letter of the day. So we'll get Pierre Robert in his infinite wisdom sharing a letter, and we'll get you a wonderful prize. You ready?
Excellent.
You ready to do that, man?
I am.
All right, here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by the letter
M as in magical.
M as in magical. And it would be quite magical if you did win the pair of 2024 Lawney passes for the summer concert season at Freedom Mortgage Pavilion. The wide variety of concerts you'll get to see include Hozier, Chris Stapleton, Third Eye Blind, Kids Bop, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner and Styx, Earth, Wind and Fire in Chicago.
Wow.
Jason Aldean, the Doobie Brothers and Steve Winwood, 30 Seconds to Mars, Hootie and the Blowfish, Avril Lavigne, Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, and more to be announced. Lawney passes are on sale now at lawnpass.livenation.com. Another chance to win the pair for MMR VIPs is available at WMMR.com.
It's amazing. I mean, it's an insane amount of shows.
Yep, we will get that away on Friday, but you got to stay with us for the whole thing. How you doing today?
Fine, thank you. Very well.
Excellent. Enjoyable weekend?
Yes.
All right. So what's happening on today's show?
Today we will have a workforce block of Ozzy. It would be Ray Manzarek's birthday, so we'll do a block of The Doors. And yesterday was Mike Shinoda's birthday, so we'll do a block of Linkin Park.
Very nice.
Shinoda. All right.
And don't forget again, Jackie tonight at midnight will debut the brand new Pearl Jam, and you guys will have it again tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Very exciting.
To it. Yeah. All right. I want to thank our sponsor, Preston and Steve Show, brought to you today by the fine folks at Dunkin'. The Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Tomorrow, as opposed to today, we didn't have guests, but we have Ryan Airy, who will be joining us from Screen Crush, which is always great conversation. Yes. New stuff coming up, all kinds of. He's got his finger on the pulse of new music. We have Ringling Brothers performers in our studio tomorrow. Doing what? I don't know. We'll find out. Acrobats?
Yeah, it's 3 women. It's a female trio, and they do like the hand balancing and all that kind of stuff.
I love all that stuff.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should find the videos of those things that we've always wanted to do.
Oh, and see if they can do it?
See if they can do them.
We should.
Idea.
Yeah.
Triple Sow Cow.
The triple Sal Cow.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Tuesday, and getting ready for Valentine's Day. So we got a lot to get to tomorrow. Yep, that's it. We're done. Rage on. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.